Small talk.
Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. I'm your host, Dylan, as always, joined by my hosts, Sean, Eddie Money Mendez, and Brent. And
You threw me off with that Joan.
You didn't do the last part of it.
I know, I was waiting for
Doesn't sound
him.
the same.
I was waiting for him to finish it, but
Oh,
yeah. So we got a good show.
Missed my cue.
we're we got kind of some slow news leading up to con season here, but we'll get through that. What we're gonna do, kind of starting off, is Eddie had a kind of a good smaller talk subject to start off with, and we'll get into that after we kind of show off of shit we got new. But first, pulse check. How are you guys? What's new? How's it going, Sean?
Doing pretty good. I mean, doing pretty good now. I wasn't feeling that good the last couple of days, but today's the best I felt all week. So just in time for the show and just dealing with T-ball with my son, and that's about it.
Nice. Yeah, I suppose it's T-ball season starting up here.
Oh, it's intense, man. Some of these families and coaches and stuff, I'm like, hey, that guy already went. That kid already went. This kid already, like, no, he didn't, idiot.
Jesus.
But and I'm like, it's like 4-year-olds. This is 4-year-olds, man. No one's getting a scholarship here.
wow.
Eddie, how are you doing? It's been a while
Good,
since you've
man.
been streaming, right? In your standards.
Yeah, it's been a day. Yeah.
You streamed yesterday?
Yeah, I did on Cash's channel. We did his Star Wars show. He's watching through each movie of Star Wars. And we did. Yesterday was Solo, so we talked about Han Solo for a little while. But yeah.
Have you been sad about any of his reactions yet?
Overall, he's really liked Star Wars so far. So no, I wouldn't say sad. I mean, it hurts when people don't love the prequels as much as I do. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I've grown to. That's a common thing with me and old movies, I guess. A lot of things I like, people don't like, so I don't really take it to heart or anything. But
Sure.
no, that's been cool. And then as far as just everyday life, I'm doing all right. I've been working a lot lately. I've been trying to sell some shit to make money for other shit, and we're going down to my brother's this weekend to celebrate his birthday, and so I've been trying to make money for that to get him something. And
How far away is he live?
he's in Palm Springs, so it's about, from where I live, it's about 3.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna stay down there with him and his girlfriend and hang out with them, and we're gonna see Morbius Saturday night, because despite the reaction from everybody, I'm still pretty excited to see that. I've been pretty excited for that movie since the first trailer, and it keeps getting pushed back and pushed back.
Same.
So I'm excited to finally have it come out, and then after this, I'm excited to go watch the second episode of Halo. So
Yes.
that should be pretty cool, man.
I think that's what I'm going to do tomorrow after work. I'm going to go over to a buddy's and watch a second episode of that, too. So, Brenton, what's new with you? Anything good? Anything bad?
Not too much. Eddie was just making me feel old when he's talking about the prequels being old movies.
I mean, they're old for me, too. They came out when I was a kid. How old were you when they came out, Brendan?
Well, was Phantom Menace 1998?
99, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
something like
I
that.
would have probably been starting high school. So
Okay.
Oh, well, I was 7 or 8. No, not even 6 or 7.
Yeah, I was
Sorry,
I
buddy.
was still playing with toys at that time.
You don't look that old though, Bren. You could pass for one of us, Not Dylan. Dylan's pretty old. He's got that full beard and shit,
yeah, it's just the lack of facial hair. That's what.
Shut up, bitch!
Oh. Take it easy.
All right, let's hit up the chat here. We got Toy Mafia, Badfish, Lane, John Ortiz, Ekwan, good to see, and Niculio. What up, guys?
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, glad you kind of brought us back to that. Niculio asked. He said, Halo's actually pretty decent, right? Liking it as its own thing. I enjoyed the first one. The only really, hey Dean, what's up? The only annoying thing I had with it was that he took off his helmet. It's not like a Mandalorian thing where he never does in the games. He does at points, but you never see his face, and it's just seems so unnecessary to me. Like, I just want Master Chief in his helmet. I don't need to see his face, for me personally. Like, I've never sat there. I'm like past the stage of craving what he looks like. I just like Master Chief for what he is in his armor, and I felt like that was unneeded. The fight scenes were pretty awesome. I will say some of the Spartans move awkwardly in their armor because it's so fucking bulky. Doesn't really work that great with practical effects, but it looks good. Like, his armors looked good. The elites looked good, maybe a little big scale-wise.
When he's in the battle, like early on, and he's fighting the Covenant, he does a jump, and I'm like, well, that was like a high jump, man. I was like, he wasn't able to jump that high in the games. It was a high jump, and I'm like, fuck, that was crazy. But it was cool for effect and everything, but I'm like, it's a little too high. Maybe, scale it back a little.
He does jump like an ungodly amount of, like, if you think about it in a perspective of like a person. Like, did you play
That's
ODST?
true.
Did you play ODST?
No, I didn't.
Completely different, trying to play as like a fucking Marine. You're like, what the hell is this? I'm like getting wasted. And then you're like, I have to think about, like, when you're playing Master Chief, he's a one-man army. And like, he has like this floating thing. I think it's because of gravity technically on there.
Uh-huh.
But
the like little video game aspects that they did was really really cool.
yes.
From the helmet perspective and
agree.
the health bar and the same like health warning, like you get the little sirens and shit, and then he heals up. I was like, oh man, they keep going back to like his vision through the helmet. It makes you feel like you're playing the game.
So I watched that with one of my buddies. So I went over to my buddies and we watched it with there's three of us, and one of them was the one that I grew up playing that with pretty much like all through like junior high and then into high school. And he was one of the ones that we did a tournament with. And when they did that shield recharge moment, that was when we got like goosebumps.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, got the nerd bumps going. But yeah, that one was really cool. Niculio, he said, dude, same, would have been fine if it were over the shoulder from behind, but yeah, it did. Like, we didn't need to see the face, right? Like, he could have removed it and just maybe done like a above the or neck below shot, like what they've done in the games a lot of times. But and then they're saying should have been a helmet underneath the helmet. That would have been great. Brenton, are you a big Halo fan?
I was. I played the games for a long time because they're always great multiplayer games to play through those campaigns with friends. That was the best part of it, whether you're playing on Legendary and then it's just hard as hell.
Me and my brother played through Halo 3's campaign like several times, man.
But I think I just kind of accepted at this point that when it comes to Hollywood, they're going to show the actors no matter what. So it's just, it doesn't matter what property it is.
Yeah, it's how the actors make their money. So, yeah, I get it. I just, wish it wouldn't have been that way. I don't mind the guy. His voice is a little, not what we're used to the iconic voice of Master Chief either. And the other thing that one of my buddies was saying is that he was visibly concerned or worried at times. And one of the things throughout the games is he's never rattled. Like everything's falling apart around him. What up, Punisher? Everything's falling apart around him, and the biggest thing in the games is he just stays cool and he just goes, I need a weapon or something like that. Whereas in the show, he's actually like legit worried at times. So I'm gonna be a snob about Master Chief, but it's because I have lots and lots and lots of investments into that character. But I will say it wasn't offensive. It wasn't like I didn't hate it, and I am excited for it to kind of grow. I hope it does well overall.
It's already. I read that it's already their number one streamed thing, but
I believe it.
yeah, I was like, it's not saying much because they don't have much, but it is their number one streamed.
Yeah.
All based
Okay.
on nostalgia too, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know,
That's what I said. Like we got
so-
goosebumps during bits of it, like my buddies and I, at certain parts. But yeah.
Oh,
it was
you know
good.
what else that bugged me a little bit, and then we could stop talking about it. He seems a little small next to the aliens. A little. I was like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
he
what I
should
said.
be a little bigger next to
so-
humans and aliens, I think.
Yeah, I think he's like 7 foot or 7'1" or something like that with his armor on. And I think the aliens are more oversized than he is small, because he is visibly much taller and larger than the humans when they show him compared to that
Yeah.
regular
There he is.
human. I think the elites were just humongous and oversized. That's what I kind of mentioned that. That's what we all said that when we were watching it, that they looked a little oversized, but the design of them looked good.
Yeah, it was done well. The CGI was done well.
Yeah. And it's brutal. You gotta love that. They didn't pack any punches.
Oh,
There's
that
literally
was
people
sick.
getting their legs fucking blown off.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Is it like Starship Troopers kind of?
Kind of.
the action?
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually has that kind of vibe, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. But okay, so we can kind of get into what we got new. Sean, I think you got some things new from the last show here. Is that right?
Yeah. Soon after our last show, Finster came in for me.
Hold on, let me solo you.
So I really like him. You know, he's the guy who creates all the monsters, so you can't not have this guy.
And that's the Hasbro.
That has the Lightning Collection.
Sure.
Comes with a couple pairs of hands, and then he had his little molding tool. He's got his little brush here too, and then this little roller that you can put in his apron and stuff. And the other cool thing he came with is his little suitcase. And inside of it, you have putties. Little putties in there. And they just kind of fit in these little holes right there. So he already has them pre-made. So that was pretty cool. The next thing I got was from a local guy here in San Antonio on one of the forums. This is not 1/12, but it is 1/6. Got the Venomized Groot. So he's still kind of small, but I have him all venomed out right now. And I've wanted him for the longest time. I just didn't want to spend the money. And I got him for $160, I think. So, and then...
And that's the Hot Toys, right? You said?
That's the Hot Toys, yeah. And then I got in my Toy Biz Retro Iron Man. And like I was telling you guys before, I'm kind of on the fence about this guy. I don't really know how I feel about him. He just seems kind of plain to me, especially being an exclusive and stuff like that. I think he's really cool, but I'm not completely sold on opening him, and I might even just get rid of him, sell him for something else, or trade him for something better.
See, I thought you opened them already. Oh, you haven't even opened it.
No, I haven't even opened it because I kind of don't want to. You know, I mean, if I don't like it that much. I went to my local shop the other day, though, and I was able to pick up one of my favorite animes, the Gundam Wing Windless Waltz. I've always wanted this movie. I always have to watch it on like some bootleg website to be able to see it. So I picked that up for $10. And then the last thing I got was the Frankenstein Raphael.
Hell yes. Yeah, so this is
comes
the
with the-
NECA.
this is the NECA.
Universal Monster TMNT crossover.
Right, and he comes with a couple pair of hands, his little blades here. He's got this chain here that's wrapped around this little thing here. Has like a little breathing apparatus coming around there. And then he also has part of a sewer cap on his shell right there, kind of like repair damage. But I really like this. I mean, I'm really into those Universal monsters right now. And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? It's pretty cool. I'm not 100% sold on this particular line. I want to wait for the Mummy version to come out I think it's a Leonardo to really decide. But the box is pretty cool. Has some cool art on it.
Oh yeah, let's see that. Hold on.
And then you get the preview of the other ones that they've announced, which they haven't announced this one yet. But nice. I think it's April O'Neil. The interesting thing is that for the Mummy, there's no color to it. And in all the pictures that we've seen so far of this version of him, he has like real bright orange masks on him. And this one, if you can kind of tell, it's just kind of like white or like grayed out. So, but yeah, that was everything.
Okay. Yeah, and then I got some pictures. You also sent us over some pictures of you kind of finishing out or getting up to date on the black and white of the Universal monsters here.
Yeah.
Which you kind of talked about last show, but...
Well, the Mummy's not the black and white version yet, but he'll get swapped out as soon as I can get him. But I just finally got to display them. They're getting displayed next to my TV, and I think it's going to look really nice mixed in with these turtles when I get them. So finally just got to display them and waiting for those accessory packs. Spend all 40 whatever bucks that they are for those accessory packs.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. That I didn't even realize that Mummy wasn't the black and white version, but that makes sense because he does kind of stand out there. So
yeah.
Eddie, you got some new things too.
Yeah, I got some more pops. I have this friend that back when like I collected a lot of pops, I have this friend in New York that I used to trade with a lot, and he had some stuff that I wanted, and I had some stuff to trade. So I traded, and then I bought some of the other ones, but I got some of the pops from the Marvel X-Men movies, the early 2000 movies. I got a Nightcrawler, which I believe was one of the con exclusives. I'm not sure. And then I got Wade Wilson, Weapon X, Deadpool, not Weapon X, Weapon 11, I think he is. It's the version of Wade Wilson, Ryan Reynolds at the end of Wolverine Origins when he's got the two blades coming out his hands and the sewn mouth shut and everything. The really fucked up version. That's like nostalgic for me. And as a kid, I didn't even know that was Deadpool. Like, I just thought that was some weird mutant creature that they created using Wade, because his dad didn't like that he was mouthy and shit, so he sewed his mouth up. I had no idea that it was supposed to be Deadpool. And then Mystique was a Target exclusive. I already had her, but I had already he had already shipped it to me, and I didn't realize it. So now I got a couple of those. And then I got Mr. Freeze, a con exclusive that's like a iced out exclusive. Hopefully I can get the rest of those Batman and Robin. They have Batman Forever too. They did Poison Ivy. I think they just did Poison Ivy. Other than that, they did Penguin and some of the stuff from the older movies. And then I got the Blue Spirit from Avatar. I don't know if I'll keep getting the Avatar pops. He was trading and it was one I was interested in. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And then I got the Flock Knuckles from Target Con, this past Target Con. That's pretty cool. I might get, they have a Flocked Sonic and a Flocked Tails. I might get those and that'll be it for pops. And then Static Shock. This is the DC version of Static Shock from the comics, I guess. I got it because of Static Shock, the cartoon that we grew up with. but they haven't done that version or like anything like that yet. So that's just gonna be that representation because I fucking loved that cartoon when I was a kid. So
He's just like the stand-in until they make something
yeah,
better.
yeah.
I never saw that. Equan,
You didn't see the Static Shock?
Equan said Pops again, going full circle.
Yeah.
I never stopped. I just don't buy much often. I get them every now and again, but I decided that I really want the X-Men from those old movies because there's not a lot to collect from that stuff. And I love those movies, so I want that. Not so much. I don't know how much of like the newer stuff I'll get, like the newer X-Men. I forget what the first one's called. But like with younger Charles and younger Magneto and with Fassbender and all those guys. I don't know if I'll get any of that stuff, but I'll definitely get the old school mutants. And then the Batman and Robin, obviously I need everything from those shows. That's probably my number one like collecting thing. So yeah, I will always buy Pops. I just don't buy a ton. You know, I'm not really a hater when it comes to collectibles. I kind of mix and match everything. I try to like stick to certain stuff, but in the end I figured like I just am a guy who will buy a little bit of everything. So yeah, that was the Pops. And then I finished building that Sonic Lego set. You guys probably saw it on Bricks and Brews, but I finished like afterwards. It's pretty fucking sick, dude. Let me show it really quick. And there goes the fucking crab.
What was that?
The crab, I'll get him right now.
Oh.
It's like one of those little guys that he jumps on, but
That's awesome.
yeah, and it you can actually use the spring that he gets the rings with.
Nice.
And then the little was this like the waypoint where it saves your progress?
Like the checkpoint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could flip that around to blue and
So
there's that. And there's multiple of these little
sure.
The little things that he gets, like the shield and stuff. There's multiple of those.
What's that that bird thing on the top? I don't remember that. For
the lady,
reason.
I always thought it was a ladybug. It's like one of Dr. Robotnik's little machines that hurt him and take all his rings, and he has to pop on it. You know, he smashes it and he kills him.
I don't know why I don't remember that.
So there's that. This little guy whose arm popped off, but it just clips back on really easy. This is another one of those little Robotnik machines.
Is Sonic in that?
Yeah, here he's right here, and he comes with all his little emeralds and a ring in his hand.
That is awesome.
And it's really cool while you're building the set. Every time you finish something, you get another emerald until you like completely get all the emeralds.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's pretty cool.
Can you can you get him like running on the loop or anything? Like, is there any pegs to like peg him on the loop?
No, I mean you could peg him on the bottom, not at the top. And he's kind of overscaled for it. Like he is the size of the middle of the loop. And in the game, the loop is obviously way bigger than him. So I wish it was more scaled to him. Honestly, it's a little bit small scaled, and then you got
nice
Robotnik and his little hovercraft, and it's kind of like a flight.
You're making me want to get this,
dude. It's pretty it's pretty cool, but yeah,
that is cool.
I like it a lot. I think it's my favorite set that I've, other than the Volkswagen van. That one was really cool. That's like my second favorite set, and then. The big thing this week, we've been talking about it for a long time, finally got some in. I got in my Super 7 Disney Ultimates. I got Prince John.
Sam asked how much, again, was that Lego set? I think you've said before.
I think it was $70.
Okay.
Wow.
I got it from Lego Store, but...
And Dean said those robots are called Badniks.
Badniks. That makes sense. So I got Prince John and Pinocchio from the first wave of the Super 7 Disney Ultimates. I didn't get Mickey only because I'm not a huge Fantasia fan or whatever. So I skipped on him, but here's Pinocchio. He's badass. They look so cool.
Dang.
They look so freaking cool. Yeah, they look really good in the package. I was going to take them out. I hate taking them out of this box because their packaging is so cool. I'm always tempted to buy 2, but they're too expensive to do that shit.
Yeah, that outer sleeve. Show us the outer sleeve for Pinocchio. Yeah, that's pretty cool. God, you can see our own reflection in there.
Yeah.
God damn.
So that, and then you got, here's Prince John. Prince John is super cool, man. Disney, those old Disney movies are fucking awesome. But he's huge, and it's pretty hefty.
Yeah.
On the back, you get a little bio of Prince John, and you get a picture of him, and then he comes with 3 different heads, mixed media, a bunch of stuff. He comes with, I forget the snake's name, but he's in there on the side, you see? Right there.
Oh, yep.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
I think, this head right here, I think it comes with a thumb, so you can make it look like he's gonna suck his thumb, but...
When he's sleeping, right?
Yeah. So there's those, and then really quick, I'll show you guys. The shippers are cool too. I don't know whether or not to keep them or to keep the boxes in general, but these are the shippers they come in. They're not like super designed or anything, but I don't know. They're just nice. They got a little Pinocchio.
Good representation on that. I can appreciate that because when I try and like rearrange my closet full of like Hot Toys boxes, it's really annoying to try and like read the shippers and remember what the abbreviations, and what the number is and all that.
I don't know if we should unbox them right now, or if I should do it on like a showcase or something, because there's a lot. It's up to you guys.
If you want to do if you want to do a separate showcase, I'll assist and
okay.
Yeah, definitely.
handle
Maybe
things.
we'll do that then.
I'm fine with that. Okay, we'll do a small talk showcase for these Super 7 figures because we've actually gotten a lot of questions. I think Lane asked again. Someone in the chat here. Yeah, Lane asked how good are Super 7 figures. We kind of don't know. Those 2 are Eddie's. Eddie's had now 3, right? Counting those 2?
Yeah, I never opened Conan though.
Right, but we haven't opened them yet.
Yeah, so. I never opened them. These ones I'm definitely going to open. And they look pretty damn good. You know.
Per Sean though, he said they're pretty good, right?
Yeah. I've heard anyone who's gotten them, they've essentially gotten what you expect out of them.
And these are cartoons, so I think they do a lot better with like animated cartoon stuff. The Conan, my biggest issue was that the face looked like a toy and it didn't look like Conan. So
which
that's
it was
like
supposed to, right?
Yeah. I wanted it to look more like Conan, but it looked more like a toy of Conan. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, but these, I mean, the second I opened them, I was like, oh man, like they had that heartwarming sensation or whatever, you know. Like I was like, God, they look so fucking cool. I was happy when I got them. I'm glad I actually got them. You know, I'm excited for the next couple waves.
Yeah, overall it seems like they're very niche. Like if they have a specific thing you like Lane said he's thinking of getting Thundercats or Silverhawks, they are the Thundercats to get from what I have heard. Like it's them or pretty much nothing at this point.
Yeah.
As far as like quality and what you get out of them, everyone who I've seen have them, they've enjoyed them, but they are spendy, so that's why I said it's kind of niche. You have to really like something. That Pinocchio, I still might even get. Where did you order from, Eddie?
Entertainment Earth. They had them in stock, and I got that. Chris sent you. Did
Chris
you send
Marino,
me that link or that post that Chris had put up?
Chris Marino from Dorklair. He had a good
Yeah, I think I tagged you in that.
code.
Yeah, someone tagged me. Thanks, Brenton, if it was you. I don't remember. But he had a link, and then he had like a 10% off code or something. So I used that. And I think they were the first site to get all the figures in stock. So I had them on order with Big Bad, but since that was in stock, I just ordered from them and then canceled my order, and I was able to get them for like 80, maybe 80 or 88 shipped. I don't remember, something like that. So it was a good price because these are like,
which you feel a lot better. Yeah, you feel because they're 55s.
Yeah.
Each.
Yeah.
So. No, that's really
Eddie,
good.
Do you have any other ones that are on deck to get next from Super 7?
I have So I haven't got any of the Fantasia stuff. So like the hippo and the crocodile, I didn't get those.
Those were the ones I was thinking about because I
Yeah.
loved Fantasia growing up.
Yeah, they had those. I have the Robin Hood on order, the 2-pack.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I just
it's
saw
gonna go with the
those.
Prince John. I have. I don't remember all the Disney stuff that.
Were
they've
you gonna
done,
do the Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, I might do Alice and Mad Hatter. I'm not sure yet though. I did watch that, but it's not one of my favorite Disney movies. I actually like the live action movie a lot better, the one with Johnny Depp, and I love
I
that
like that
movie.
one too. That's really good.
I have to rewatch that one.
The Disney one was a little weird for me as a kid, so I don't know if I'll get that one or not. I did like it. I thought it was funny, but it wasn't like I loved Robin Hood and Pinocchio. Like I have some that are like top tier, and so I don't know if I did get the Alice, it would just be Alice and Mad Hatter. I wouldn't get the Queen.
They
of
have
Hearts or whatever.
the hippo
Yeah,
and
the crocodile.
Robin Hood comes with his bird version.
Yeah, a
as well.
stork or stock.
Yeah,
or,
the stork. Yeah.
And so I have those on order, and then also from Super 7 I have the Animaniacs on order.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I
about
have
those.
Pinky and the Brain on order,
Uh-huh.
and then I have the SpongeBob and Sandy.
SpongeBob's a good one.
Yeah, so like old cartoons, I think I'm gonna get all of their old cartoon stuff they're doing.
Sam said he can't wait for the G.I. Joe line, and that is a very specific one to the animated show where they don't look like the realistic looking ones of us. They're very much so based off of like the old toys and show.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no, those I've seen a lot of people get excited about those too. So good for you, Sam. Let us know when you get those in and post them on Auxiliary. Speaking of which, I'll put a link in the chat here if anyone watching is not in. But yeah, I'd love to see them. I love to see a lot of these new Super 7 stuff.
Were you gonna do the Simpsons?
Me?
No, Eddie.
I didn't grow up with Simpsons. If I did any, it would be Itchy and Scratchy, because those are my favorite. Adriana grew up with Simpsons though. If she showed some interest in it, maybe I'd get the line just to have something to collect in common with her, because she loves Simpsons. Like, was it Duffman or they did Duffman, right?
Yeah.
She would love that figure, and so if she was more interested, maybe I would. But they're expensive, man. To just like
Yep.
to just
jump
get
into
for
a whole
her,
thing.
yeah. To say that I'm buying them for her, So maybe Itchy and Scratchy though. I do love Itchy and Scratchy.
I was gonna say, does she have one that maybe would be like a good one-off? Does she have like a character she likes enough for something like
Probably
that?
Duffman. I think he'd be a good one-off because he's like, I could fudge it into like my own collection, saying that he's a beer dude and I fucking love beer. So I could be like, oh, it's like a beer superhero or whatever, like,
Duffman third quarter
yeah.
this year.
So maybe I'd get some if she cared a little more. They're expensive, Adriana. So you say you're interested, but you better be super fucking interested.
You got the okay, $55.
Jeez.
We'll
see. But I'm hyped. I don't think I've ever been so excited for a small scale line. It kind of brings the joy back to buying shit,
Yeah, it's always fun, and I was gonna try and pull up them on their website, but of course they're not on there anymore.
I'm
since they
looking
do the
at them
Windows.
on Big Bad.
On Big Bad. I was gonna pull them up on the screen for Adriana since she's tuning
Share the
in
link,
here.
Sean, and I'll share share my screen unless you want to.
I should have it up here in a second. What
You got it, Dean or Dean? Dylan.
You son of a yeah! I got it here in a second.
Okay.
I bet that.
Which one did you say was the one? Duffman.
Duffman. Yeah.
Duffman. He's
Okay.
on page 10.
There you go.
Yeah, Duffman is cool, man. We got a picture with a Duffman at a con once at like Palm Springs Comic Con. That would be a cool one-off one.
That SpongeBob when he's blowing.
I bet you that's a
the
hefty ass
bubbles,
figure
cool.
too.
That's what I was just
Because the
just gonna
Prince
say.
John
yeah.
box is pretty heavy, so
Looks like a big, like
Yeah.
a big piece of plastic.
maybe I will get him.
The Bebop
damn it.
and Bebop and Mutagen Man were heavy too, from the Turtles line.
Oh yeah, that's
You got
right,
you
had-
got him, Brenton?
Yeah, I have 7 turtles, but I never opened them. So I think it was like Leo.
You better open them
Raph.
now. Let's
Fake
have a
fan,
Super
Adriana.
7. Let's have a Super 7 showcase where we just open all kinds of Super 7 figures.
I'd be down.
Yeah, well,
they
that
got
was
some
kinda-
turtles one at the shop.
That was kind of my idea, Eddie. Is I think I might get the Mickey Mouse one and some possibly
Oh,
other
that'd be cool.
Fantasia ones and do them with you or something.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
dope.
But
I'd be
yeah,
interested
we'll
in
have to,
Fantasia too.
we'll keep you guys updated there. It'll probably be a pre-recorded session, like the other showcases were. So we'll put that out when we're busy at some point, or if it's in a timely manner, I guess.
I'm waiting for those
Alright.
Power Rangers still.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah.
good.
You gotta check out the Power Rangers, Sean, so you can kind of tell us your thoughts between those and the Lightning Collection. But
Get the
Brenton,
swords.
Yep. Dragonzord.
have you gotten anything new recently?
I think I did. I actually. This is like an older version of the Batmobile.
So that's like the classic scale, not like mine where it's like a
Yeah.
like a
This is-
bigger one.
I actually found this at a local toy store because I can't find the other one at Walmart. So,
Okay.
and they wanted like $2 for it. So I was like,
Oh, not bad.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take it.
This is like the size of mine.
Yeah, that one.
I bought my brother a bunch of those freaking. The ones
And
that
then this
Brenton
is
has. I found like 4 of them at a Target, and he's like, buy all of them. I was like, all right.
Okay, so it's.
This
so
is
that,
the Jada Toys one.
Oh, okay.
And then this is the Hot Wheels. So obviously it's glossier, but I like the paint of the engine more. I think I talked about that a little bit on the last show, but yeah, they're
Yeah.
fun. It scratched that itch for sure.
I can't find that Hot Wheels car because they only ever have the Batcycle, the shielded '89 Batmobile, and I think there's one other thing that there's a
duck.
couple things in that wave.
They have the penguin duck in that way.
Yeah,
Yeah. I saw that at Target when I was there last, so
That
So
was a
that's-
tempting one.
that's all I've seen. But I can't find that Batmobile. Eventually,
nice. So is that all you got?
yeah. I think that's all I got for last
Okay.
2 weeks.
So it was pretty slow for me too. I got 2 figures in from Mythic Legion's All Stars 4 in stock sale they had, which by the way was fucking ridiculous. So I got what's his name? I forgot. Oh, Tibius, sorry. So he's from the Necronominus faction, which is like they're all skeletons. And then I got Sirle Wayne, which is like the big knight. He's like the main knight from the wave, or from the new All Stars. He's like him and Vitus, I think, were the only 2 kind
Going
of
hard on those
knights, but
Mythic Legions, huh?
so I actually had these on order with Big Bad, but they're sitting in my pile of loot, and I'm gonna probably cancel them now because or return them, whatever you want to call it, because I got them cheaper from that in stock sale. But it's still okay. 2 things on it. After shipping, they still came to be about $40, which in reality is only about $10 cheaper than if you go to like a Big Bad toy store or something like that, or places that sell it. So it wasn't as great of a deal as they make it sound. The other thing is there were figures that literally sold out in like 5 seconds. It was insane. Watching, I refreshed, and in 3 minutes, I think there is 1 figure out of the wave left. It was wild. It very much so reminded me of the old Mezco pre-ordering days or ordering from their MDX. It was insane how quick they went. And yeah, it was I always heard with things like that, and I remember kind of from the Mezco days, you just, quick add it to your cart, obviously check out as quick as possible. That actually, I don't know if I've ever said this, but it's always made me, Amanda always makes fun of me because I've memorized my card number. And that was from having to do that with Mezco. But, yeah, it's odd how quick it sold out. I was not ready for that. I got Sirle Wayne first, and then I had to go back in and check out the next one. But it's kind of weird that I got your head in my mailbox, if you think about it, Dylan. Yeah, you got my face.
I got it too. I got it yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen what they look like in hand.
They're cool, man. Yours is spot on. Yours is insane. He really got the likeness down packed.
Yeah, Manny did a good job. So the only figure I got new was this McFarlane figure. I ended up seeing him again.
What's his name? The Redeemer, or what was it?
Yes.
Weird.
No, it's not the Redeemer.
I saw the Cyborg Gorilla, like his version, not the like Walmart toy one.
Yeah,
I saw his new version. That thing is massive, dude. Articulated fingers. That thing was pretty badass. And then I've seen the She-Spawn a lot lately. That's a pretty damn cool one, just because of all the weapons she comes with. So, like, if you have any of his spawns, you should get the She-Spawn just because of all the weapons she has, man. They're badass. So, that's a tempting line.
Yeah, she's loaded. So this one's Soul Crusher.
Soul Crusher.
Yeah, is what his name is.
He's pretty good, too.
And one thing initially I thought, so he does have like the heavy, big kind of cape here.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. It's not terrible for it being hard material, but I definitely would prefer soft goods with it. I think there'd be some pretty cool things you could do with him. There's not many good poses you can get him in. That is my biggest issue. So over I should say with this gun. So he comes with this pistol, and then he comes with just like a regular rifle. And the bayonet on it is cool, but it's all just like kind of one color with the weathering. It would be nice to kind of mess with that a little bit. In my mind, the pistol's a lot better, where the handle's like a different color than what's supposed to be like the metal on it. But I love the look of the figure. I don't feel like I'm going to break it at all at any point in time. You can articulate in a bunch of different ways. My biggest issue is he looks fine with the pistol, but you really can't do much with the rifle. With how his arms articulate, there's not a ton of great dynamic poses that you can put him in. You can put him in a ton of poses like holding the gun or something like that, but there's not a lot of other things you can do with him with it. He definitely looks better with just the hand in, because like you can't hold it up, and this arm can't come over enough to like hold the barrel like he's supposed to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he needs more of a butterfly joint or something.
Right. Some sort of rotation to get it over there. But overall, he looks cool. And what I like about it even more, that I was really surprised about, is he goes well with other 6-inch stuff, much better than I thought he would. So that's a Mythic Legion's Black Knight.
Yeah.
And you can see he's not that much taller. I know the plume on the top helps that out, but he's not, overpowering. You could put him in a collection. It would be reasonable to think that he belongs, but overall, cool figure. So he's got like a gas mask, for the listeners. Yeah. Gas mask, little armor. He's got like a green cape that I was talking about with a hood over his face. Oh, and the pistol does go in his holster here, fairly well. It fits in there. So
Nice.
yeah, it's cool. Cool figure. I went back and forth. I messaged the guys that I had passed on it the first time seeing him in stores, and then I saw him again later on. I'm like, I gotta get him. So yeah, it was a cool, little figure, but overall, yeah, I would like to have soft goods on them. I don't know if I could replace the hood. I'd have to do some stuff I'm uncomfortable with and try and pop things off with pop the head off.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Is it connected the way the Mortal Kombat Spawn's cape was connected in the back? Would you have to cut
I
it
don't know.
to get it off?
No, I don't. No. I think if I could pop the head off. Oh yeah, Dean. Sorry, it's Soul Crusher is what he's called. In the bio on the website, it says a mysterious scarred figure with some wealth and power donning a gas mask. He believes his actions bring on the greater good, which often conflict with Spawn's own outlook. But the one thing that I have to think about, so his gas mask hose is connected to the belt on his back. So if I pop the head off, I have to be careful not to rip that out of the back.
Yeah.
That's kind of my one worry with it all. Because there is some give here in the gas mask hose, but not a lot. So I'd have to be careful. But yeah, so that was really my only one new figure there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had. So for our smaller talk, just to kind of move on to that subject that Eddie, you brought up a couple weeks ago when we were talking about... What?
I already forgot what my smaller talk subject
Yes.
was.
No, that's fine. I got it. So you just had said anticipated pre-orders coming up this year. For small things. I don't know if you had anything in mind.
I probably did.
And you
Let me
don't
go back
anymore.
and ask him. The most anticipated stuff I have is the Super 7 stuff. They're already up for pre-order. And maybe some I don't even remember what my anticipated stuff that I wanted to talk about was, man. The NECA gargoyle stuff, all that to go up for pre-order. I don't know. I'm kind of anticipating that new Spider-Man from Mezco, but it's more like a lot of people are asking me to let them know when that pre-order goes up. Apparently a lot of people are interested in that damn Spider-Man figure.
That new...
The classic. Yeah, I guess it's really Steve Ditko inspired, and people are freaking it's the best representation of Ditko's Spider-Man. And I have some super comic nerd friends that are that's the best representation they've ever done, and so they're keep an eye on that for me. And maybe if you guys say some of yours, I'll remember which ones I wanted to talk about, because I think that was the whole point of the subject for me, because I did have some stuff that I was anticipating, but it's not coming to mind right now.
Well, that's fine. Sean, do you have any that come to mind off the top?
Like Eddie said, all the gargoyles, for sure. The rest of the Universal monsters. I guess now this TMNT Monster Wave. Other than that, I mean, nothing crazy. A couple of those Super 7 stuff, but I'm honestly thinking about changing my focus on some of my stuff. Just kind of starting semi-new on some stuff.
Okay. What things are you going to start counting out?
Well, it's a lot of the in-game stuff that I have already. If I feel like in-game is pretty far away, I work super hard on doing it, but it's also kind of it's taking some space. One, and two, it's just taking forever for a lot of these figures to come in. I mean, I'm still waiting on my battle damaged Iron Man from Hot Toys. That hasn't come in. That's like the last piece I need, but I'm also kind of like, well, I think I might want to jump into some more stuff. And there's a big comic book that I'm thinking about jumping into, and the only way that could happen is if probably 90% of the stuff went away.
What?
So,
You
yeah.
have to sell a bunch of stuff for comic books?
Mm-hmm.
For a comic book run?
Not for a run,
No,
for
it's an
a
older book.
particular. Yep, it's an older book.
Oh, I see.
I'm looking anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000.
Jesus Christ.
Don't do it.
Was
That-
that like an Iron Man #1?
I already have Iron Man #1.
Oh, okay.
Or are you saying the first
Lane-
appearance?
Lane asked, is Gargoyles Demona figure
well,
already
that's two.
out? It is, apparently, right?
Okay, I
Yes.
talked to. So I've been hunting a lot for that Demona and the Bronx and
Yep.
the Elvira, and I actually ran into a NECA guy, and I never run into those guys.
Really?
And he was setting the section. I was like, hey man, like, do you know when this is gonna come around, or is there any other stores? And he stocked my whole area, and I didn't get his number, and I'm fucking mad at myself. Like, I should have
That was
become
a
best friends with this
connection.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm
If-
so
if
pissed. But he was
anything,
telling me.
You should have just
He was
handed him
telling
a
me-
collected weekly card or something.
I know. Oh, and the fucking scanner. We have the black
Yep.
that's card that Zach gave us. Damn, dude, I messed up. But he was telling me that the Demona, the ones that are hitting stores now, are just part of that Holothon wave thing. He said so. They're doing like a pre-release. So there will be more
For
waves.
Holothon,
It's
right?
just it's a Holothon special right now. So they're releasing some early. Same with the Bronx. They're releasing them early, but they'll be available later. And then the same thing with the Elvira. They're releasing them early. There will be more regular editions later. The signature edition will only be a Holothon thing, though. So if you find the signature one, that one isn't coming
Elvira.
back. Yeah, that one's not coming back. Just the regular release will come back. But
5 hours ago here in San Antonio, there was 2 Bronx and one Demona at a far north side Target. Probably about 45 minutes away from where I'm at.
Damn, you should have jumped in your car and sped over.
I know.
there, dude.
Bye,
Yeah,
guys, I
that's
gotta
worth
go.
being late to small
Yeah.
talk on.
Yeah, man, I would love to see those. They have a shit ton of Tylog, man.
Yeah.
They had a shit ton of those, but the Demonas and the Bronx, they're going like hotcakes. I've seen every single turtle release known to man. And like,
are
I don't
making
even
enough
care
of
about
them.
them, but I've seen all of them, even the rare ones. I'm like, I see it and I'm like, what? I don't want this shit. And then back in the day, I would have grabbed it just because it's rare. I would have been like, oh, let me get it and, trade or sell it or something. But I didn't even care, But yeah, every single turtle thing possible, but I can't find those damn Demona and Bronx and all the good stuff, I couldn't find the Gremlins, the special edition stuff either. So I was like, damn, man, the only thing I want, You know what I found a lot of too? That gold edition McFarlane Hazmat Batman. The one that has the light up bat chest and everything. I've seen a million of those. I was tempted to get one of those just because it has that light up feature, but
Congrats, Loco. He said he got the signature
Yeah.
Fugitoid.
I found one of
Lucked out.
those. And the shitty thing is I would offer them more to like the Patreon, and I try to send pictures when I know Dylan and Sean want stuff, but the problem is in Targets I never have service, so like by the time the picture loads and sends, I'm already leaving the Target, so
Yeah. Yeah, I got. It seems like in the chat, for the most part, everyone's talking about for anticipated. Loco, we kind of asked the chat to chime in. What are some of your guys' smaller, most anticipated figures coming out? A lot of people are saying. A lot of people are pretty much just talking about the gargoyles overall. Yeah, they're doing a really good job with them. And yeah, like you said, Eddie, though, an absolute must is to start coming out with folded wings packs.
yeah. They're
And
rough,
that's
man.
why
Yep.
that Bronx is like a perfect release for me, because that Bronx is one of my favorite toys of the old ones that one of my buddies had, because the mouth open and close, of course, and it was just well done. But with this new one, it also looks well done, but also it comes with the folded wings for Goliath. So
Someone in our
definitely worth
local group took pictures of it with the folded wings. It looks legit as hell. It looks so cool, man.
yeah,
I can't wait to get Bronx.
I mean,
there's
if
what?
Super 7 did gargoyles, they would do them more like the show, right? They'd do more like an
Animated.
Yeah.
more accurate.
They look
Would you
like really
still-
slick looking instead
Yeah,
of like
would
super
you-
muscular.
Would you guys still want the NECA ones, or would you want both, or would you switch to the animated?
I'll be honest, I like the more like stylized look of them,
Yeah.
like what NECA is doing. I like that. I would understand a lot of people wanting an animated look.
A more
though.
realistic look on them. That's
I think if they did them, I would I would switch. I think I do like the stylized look. They're cool. But I think I would switch if like Super 7 got it. I feel like they do animated shows really well like that, so
One
I might
thing
switch.
that with Super 7 you would not have issues with is asking for those other wings as accessories.
they probably give them. I think
Yeah,
they do
exactly.
so much
They would give
accessories.
two sets
Yeah.
of they would give two sets of
They'd
them.
give
for
everything in
sure.
the first. They shove everything in those boxes, man.
Well, and I'm
Yep.
curious how they're gonna do it, because with some of these other gargoyles, they haven't said like if they're coming with other characters' wings or things like that. Because like we're about to look at one here in a little bit, and it doesn't give any indication that he has anybody else's wings.
Yeah. Haven't seen that either with anything.
No, I think they're gonna. To be honest, I think they're gonna start doing things like what they do with the turtles now, and do something
Accessory packs.
of an accessory pack with all of them. You know, that's what I
Well,
would
when you
guess.
charge more, when you can charge more than a figure to get an accessory pack, then why
If-
not? When people are gonna buy it.
That's
if
the
they
thing. Like,
do like reissues or like new figures with closed wings, I might be
That would
kind of
suck.
mad, dude.
yeah, no, I will too.
I might
That
be
will
kind
suck.
of mad. Yeah.
Well,
'Cause-
and it's
they can't expect people to want to buy two figures and one of them
Yeah.
be this gigantic one with the wings either.
You know what I could see
gotta
them
know.
doing? Okay, would you get the stone versions? I could see them doing stone
Yes.
versions of all of them. And
Well,
then
why
maybe
not just
throwing
get the
closed
Pops?
wings in there.
So like just no with that.
That's true.
Don't
That's true,
don't ever
Sean.
say pops to me again. I'm just kidding.
I wasn't talking.
Hey, man.
I was saying, telling it to the question
You're a
asker.
popist, bro.
Shut up, bitch!
Jesus.
God.
I will say, yeah, no. So I wouldn't get like just a colored statue version of them, but if they do something like just a statue version of them, you know, where it's just not mobilized, you know, it doesn't have any articulation or anything. It's just pretty much a paperweight, and maybe
I
make
would-
that with wings. That would be cool.
I would be
With a
just
wing
fine with the pop versions of the stone gargoyles
Pop
and pay less.
The stone ones are more expensive, Sean, because all the stone ones were exclusives.
Oh, were they?
All of them. All the Goliath was a Target exclusive. Hudson and Bronx were something exclusive 2-pack. FYE, I think. So yeah, all the stone ones were exclusives.
Interesting. See, yeah, we'll have to see. I still think they're going to do a pack, and they have to make it worth their money. It's really hard for them if they would come out with this pack for, you know, maybe $10 or something for wings on making it worth. They'd probably have to sell a lot to make it worth their money and shipping and all that and manufacturing. So I would say, you know, something that they can charge $30-$40 with a big pack is what I would expect them to do. Let's see real quick what the chat's saying. Loco said, I'm hyped for Usagi.
That was a cool one. Yeah.
Dean said, Rick Hunter, Kids Concept, 112 for me. Yeah, you've talked about that for a while, Dean. You'll have to hop on when you get that in. Toy Mafia said Goku. I'm guessing that's SH Figure Arts. Loco, ooh, that's a good one. 3-0 Hulkbuster.
Or the 30
Yes.
Mark 46.
Do you know
Yes.
some? An interesting one I saw in Big Bad today was Jazzware. I think it's Jazzwares is doing some Disney stuff, and it makes me kind of want to mix and match some stuff with the Super 7 line because they had a 2-pack on Big Bad with Flick and Dot from Bugs Life, and they're not super articulated, but they're decent, and they come with a lot of accessories, and they're in the same scale as the Super 7 stuff, kind of like close. So I was like, fuck, I kind of want to buy those now just to go with the other stuff. Oh, that'd be an anticipate. I might end up trying that just to see what it's like, because it's for the 2-pack is $20 because they're like the cheaper figures, and it looks pretty good.
Sounds like a rabbit hole. You're gonna be going down.
Hey man, it's okay. It's okay. It's one shelf of like little Disney shit. It's not like a Batman thing where they're gonna hit me with 10 of them in a week, in a month.
Right.
So it's not that bad of a rabbit hole.
The nice thing with Disney is that you can mix and match shit, and since it's kind of all within Disney, it would make sense. Like, you can have a Robin Hood figure sitting next to, in your case, Pinocchio, and it's even though they're total different movies, obviously, they still can go good with each other.
Make your own version of Kingdom Hearts.
Well, they're just they're just
really
they're just really flexible in that way, where it doesn't look out of place for the most part. So, Lane also said the one deluxe figures from Super 7 I'm interested in is Monster from Silverhawks. That looks amazing. Now give me a giant space squid Skyrunner and evil space Cindy Lauper
Melodia.
I have no idea what those things are.
I don't know the fuck
You said a bunch
just
of
said,
words.
little kid,
Like-
Was that English?
and you're
Yeah,
special.
You should get the Silverhawks stuff, because I don't know if anybody else is gonna do Silverhawks. That's
Isn't NECA
out
doing
there.
Silverhawks?
Okay, I lied.
I
Fuck you,
think
Dylan.
I thought they are. I don't know. Honestly, like NECA's they're doing some weird 80s shit
But,
that I don't remember.
Like
or
we
know.
said, if NECA does do it, it's gonna be the super detailed
Yeah.
NECA stuff. So if you
Not so animated.
if
Right.
you want the animated, get the Super 7 stuff.
I still want them to do the small soldiers.
Dude,
God.
they did Small Soldiers 100%.
God.
100%.
Street
in.
Sharks for me.
Street Sharks. Couple. I get a couple.
I would buy them all. The only thing with Street Sharks is the toys back in the day were rubber. They're like a rubber material. And I
Okay.
don't know if Super 7 does anything like that now. Everything's hard plastic for the most part, or soft goods.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they would do that now. But if
They would just do them hard.
maybe all the way. And just the biggest thing is you have to make the mouth open and close, because that's the whole thing with them.
Here we go.
Right.
You and your articulated jaw.
I even remember the dorsal fin. You press the dorsal fin on them on like the top of their head, and that's what opened their mouth when you press
That was
down on the dorsal fin.
Yep.
It's amazing how good of a joke that was, because it was literally just that one thing, but everything you talk about needs an articulated jaw. So that joke is gone.
You're not wrong. That's why I just skip over it now, because you're exactly right. I don't want it with like a person like this, obviously I don't need it with that, but when we're talking about something that's got like the main point of it is teeth,
Like a monster or...
yes.
Yeah.
Then it needs to have that. So it's just it's a satisfying thing for me.
I'd like
You guys
to see
who
some,
don't like open and closing jaws just don't understand.
I have the main character, the Street Sharks. I have the
Bucky
main one. I
O'Hare
can't
is a
remember
good
his name. But you take his arm and you pull it down, and that's what articulated his jaw.
What am I? Oh, Dean said I don't see any NECA Silverhawk news anywhere.
I
You
think
want to know
he
what
was
I'm
wrong,
thinking
Dean.
of? I'm thinking of Rick. What's that old TV show with the wrestler that Star Wars was kind of halfway based off of?
What?
Sergeant Slaughter?
No. It's in
TV
it's in
show with a
Ted.
wrestler.
The guy is in
Oh,
Ted.
Flash Gordon.
Oh, Flash
Yes,
Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
The
That's
Defenders.
what I'm thinking of. Yes.
Isn't that the Defenders?
Yes.
Yeah, the Defenders.
Mm-hmm.
We got some of that
what-
coming up, too.
That's what,
What
I'm
were
thinking
you saying, Brendan? What was
I was gonna say the biker mice from Mars. I remember having those as a kid. If you...
Oh, that's before me.
I have
man.
no clue what that is.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Lost me.
Biker mice.
Oh,
Yeah,
Local Lou said it.
that's what Loco said. He's throwing out all kinds of good stuff.
That. Do you remember Cops, or was that before
Cops?
your time too?
That was
That
the
was a flex,
Bad Boys.
Yeah, bad. What you gonna do?
No, it was a cartoon. There was a cartoon called Cops.
I don't remember that.
Ekwan, okay, this is a good point. Ekwan said my rubber sharks are still pristine. I just saw some at a comic book store a couple weeks ago that were, sold back to them, and they had them for sale and sitting in the display case. They looked almost in perfect shape, just like a little dirty in certain areas, but that rubber was not cracking anywhere. Give us that rubber material on figures nowadays. So, let's see. I think Bucky O'Hare, Sam said, we're having some good ones there. Brenton, do you have any that comes to mind that you're anticipating for this year?
I think that McFarlane Hush Batman 2-pack. I'm looking forward to that. The McFarlane Killer Croc and Man.
You don't want to
Bat,
get in. You don't want to get the Hush Mafex.
He did get it.
Not the Hush.
Yeah,
Hush.
I haven't picked that up. I don't know. Did you
He's
get
cheap
yours
now.
in yet?
I haven't bought it yet. It's sitting in my cart. I think Plaza Japan is probably the route I'll go.
All right. See, I was kind of waiting, I guess, for your.
Earthworm
Unboxing.
Jim. Hell yes.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
That made me think of PlayStation figures. I would love to see someone do Ratchet and
Spyro.
Clank.
I like
Well,
that.
someone did do Spyro, dude. NECA did Spyro.
I
Jersey
like
have a
Devil.
Sly
Mecha
Cooper.
Spyro.
If they did a Sly
Go back to
Cooper.
PlayStation 1.
Oh, that's a good one. What about Jack and Dexter? I don't know if you guys played that, but I would
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Jack and Dexter.
Oh, Super 7 doing a Dexter's Lab or an Ed, Ed and Eddie.
They're gonna
they're
do
doing
those though. That's
They
gonna be
will.
in like the Animaniacs line and the Pinky and the Brain line, I think.
Well, they've done Powerpuff, right? Powerpuff Girls or tease them.
That was
No, wasn't that
that's Beast Kingdom.
That was Beast Kingdom.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I need
you're
to
right.
get those, by the way. Thanks for reminding me of that. I need to get
They do a good Samurai Jack, I think. Super 7 would probably nail that.
that would be sick.
Yeah,
Samurai
that would
Jack.
be cool.
That would be sick.
Brenton, I interrupted you to ask you that question. You were saying
No.
McFarlane Hush 2-pack and what else?
The Killer Croc and Man Bat, the mega figs that McFarlane's doing. I'm looking forward to those. The Mafex Nightwing. I think that's probably the best Mafex one. I think that figure, you need good articulation with the way Nightwing, you're going to want to pose Nightwing. So I think those
Gotcha.
are...
So you're McFarlane heavy.
Yeah, I think they're some of the best figs. I actually just saw someone commenting on the Clayface, and they're talking about how impressed they were with it, with the articulation of a figure that big, that you can get them in some pretty cool poses.
Yeah, we saw him in stores too, and he has.
You should.
I saw someone post like details where he's got like the skulls and faces in his shoulder and stuff like that. Looks really cool.
I'm blanking on the dude that does the reviews. The dude that
Anthony's
lives
custom.
in Vegas, the guy that like always talks about McFarlane stuff and he talks shit about everybody and he's funny as shit. The dude that
Anthony's? Is
No,
that who
no.
it is?
he's as old as him. He
Oh,
does the
okay.
dirt bikes and shit too. He's bald.
Mm,
You guys don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't think so. It's been a while since I've
Is it-
like gone.
Isn't there
through
like
reviews.
is he DC only? Mainly?
No, he buys everything. He has that cool
Oh,
toy
okay.
room. He lives in like a mansion in Vegas. Fuck, what's his name? He just did a review on the Clayface. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure he does the
Well-
best reviews, man.
While you're thinking, things I'm looking forward to: Cosmic Legions, and then obviously Mezco's '89 Batman, and then
Talker
their what?
Talker art. You guys don't watch Talker art?
No, I never heard of him.
I think so.
Wow, dude.
Rick from Pawn Stars.
Dude, Talker art. He is fucking hilarious. If you guys watch his reviews, you would see why I like him. He literally talks shit about all the toy reviewers. Like, he makes fun of Shartimus all the time. He has a bunch of old toys because he's been collecting forever. and he'll like call out McFarlane because McFarlane is like his friend. So he'll be like, "Come on, Todd, what are you doing with these fucking figures, man? You could do better than this." Or like, he's funny, dude. You guys should watch him. He's pretty good. But he did a review on the Clayface recently. I haven't watched it yet.
Interesting. Okay, I'll have to check that out after the show here. Yeah, so 89 Batman. Obviously, as you guys probably know, Mezco's Alien and Predator.
I'm kind of anticipating those two, man.
Those 89 Batman, Cosmic Legions, and then some of the pre-orders that are still up right now that will soon, eventually, they should be coming in stock sometime soon. But the Deluxe Legion Builder line and their Alithia Wave are going to be really good, because I think Alithia is one of the first ones where they started doing the soft goods and outsourced kind of their soft goods there. So I'm really anticipating that. And I would say those got to be my tops for sure. I would really like to see, if I end up going with the 112 Jazz Inc., that would be up there. But those are probably my top ones.
Yeah. Can you use 89 Batman? Because you said coming out this year.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Yeah, he's just
it probably won't come out this year.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
if we're going to see 89 Batman this year.
Oh, yeah, for Mezco.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. It's 2 years plus now, I think we've
I
been
want
going.
that one too. I missed that one. I'm on the wait list for that.
I think I've lived in two apartments, or I've lived in the span that it was pre-ordered and still unreleased. I've lived in 3 different places.
You're lying.
Well, yeah, the
dude.
pandemic will come and go by the time that comes out.
You've moved in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I've only been in this house
You
for
found a room with that
coming
same
up on-
wall right there?
coming up on 2 years. Not while I've been with you guys. I've been in this is the longest one I've been in. I've been here for 2 years.
Has it been that long then?
It will
Since
be.
we've started like this version of Small Talk with me, you, and Sean? It's been on pre-order since before that?
We're about a year now, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think
Damn,
we've
it's
been
only
doing
been
it.
a year.
I think that's what it is. Why are you so damn? It feels like 5. It's aged me.
Jesus Christ, Sean. Well, this is Sean's last episode.
Yeah, Eklund said 89 Batman is a myth. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like I said, when that comes out, the whole collecting community is going to blow up, and that toy is going to sell out immediately. And there's going to be so many people pissed about it.
Oh, yeah. No, I can see that like being a $500 secondary market figure, and then everybody's going to be so angry, and they're like, well, you know, can I get one for retail, even though you had 2 years to jump on a wait list?
You haven't. Oh, yeah, to jump on a wait list. It sold out very quickly, actually.
It did.
The biggest thing that if you want it now, what you have to do is scour Big Bad and just hope to God you randomly see someone cancel an order and see it in stock. Or not in stock, but up for a pre-order.
How many did you get, Dylan?
I believe I have 3, but I'm not 100% sure. I for sure have one coming from Big Bad and one coming from Mezco store. But I think I have 2 actually coming from Mezco store. I'd have to check for sure.
They're all claimed?
Not yet, no.
Can I have one?
Well, if you have an extra, I'm claiming. If you're going to sell... I'll claim.
I will let you guys know. I don't know
right.
yet. I might want 2, but I don't know
okay.
yet.
All right.
I would say I'll for sure do 1, and what I'd probably do with you guys is what I see Mythic Legions sellers do a lot is drop it from their pile of loot and coordinate it with you to pick it up right on the spot, but you pay first to get it.
Oh, okay. That's smart.
It works pretty nifty. I've gotten a couple of older Mythic Legions figures that way. That community is just really good, man. There's a lot of people that are happy to give it,
That's
sell you things for
the rare community that's people talk about, but we don't really think exists.
Exactly.
Where everybody's happy all the time.
Exactly. No, they really are good, and they're not They're not it's not toxic positivity either. They're not overly optimistic and positive about things. They're just a good it feels like a community full of real people, just normal people rather than just extreme bozos that can't can't say anything but this is the worst or this is the best, pretty much.
Oh, there's no hot toy people in there.
Yeah,
I think it's still pretty niche though for the Mythic Legions. Like I don't really hear anybody talk about them outside of
it's growing.
like a handful of people.
They started with their own thing and very slowly. And I think like when they did their Krampus release, I think they said the number of people that made an account on their website almost doubled with that Krampus. So like it's very much slowly increasing. Like what brought me there was Cosmic Legions. That's bringing a lot of people to them. And I think once people like find out how good of figures these are, and for like, you know, cheaper than like a Mezco or, you know, even Super 7 in some cases, that they're definitely worth the money, and they'll probably want to go back and start buying some older things. I think some of their older figures are really going to be worth some money someday if they don't get re-released. I'm glad they do those all-stars because they started with such a small community and it's growing so quickly and so well. I think you know, in 2, 3, 4, or 5 years from now, they're gonna be up there.
Another anticipated line that I don't know the name. I think they're Bandai figures. They're the cheap Bandai figures that you see in like Target and stuff. Like they've done Naruto. They're doing some other stuff. They're like usually in the NECA section too, or with
like their Stranger Things
stuff. I think they did the Stranger Things stuff, but they're doing the Naruto right now. They're doing Digimon figures. Like they're doing War Greymon. That's their next wave of stuff. They're doing some Digimon stuff, and that I'm kind of interested in because you don't see much of those except for like the old SHF stuff, which are expensive now. So you see some new SHF, but they're usually like all the same, like Omegamon and Super Omegamon or whatever. They do like all the same, but they're doing some of those cheap Bandai ones, and I'm interested in that wave. I think that's coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool to see. Let us know when you get those. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it for mine. I'm trying to think with Mafex if there's anything that I was super excited for, and I don't think so. Not
What
that
about
I
the Terminator? Are you getting the Terminator?
No, I don't hate Terminator movies. I just don't love them enough to collect from them.
Wow, how dare you!
I know they're very, very popular. I was really annoyed in that Queen Studios group. Someone, you know, they were talking about making Alien and Predator 6-scale figures, and I'm like, oh, nice. I click on the comments, and everyone's like, yeah, that'd be great. Come out with Terminator stuff. Like 4 people commented on their Terminator stuff. I'm like, no, this is Alien and Predator stuff. Keep it here.
They could have at least said Arnold from Predator.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Just Arnold, yeah.
But yeah, I would like some updated things there, but I don't know. I'm really hoping that once Mezco releases their Predator now, they kind of have the molds and stuff that they need for it. Obviously, a few things are going to be different, but then they can start coming out with like a Predator 2 and maybe Predators figures. I think that would be really cool. That would help scratch that itch.
If they do AVP, well, and Predator.
Yes, AVP 2.
Predator 2? Yeah, and Predator 2, because then they could get all those different versions from the ship, and then they could do... Yeah, AVP, yeah. There's a bunch of different versions, too, so... Yeah, that would be really cool.
Predator 2 is always... It's not my favorite movie, but it's my favorite Predator helmet. By far.
Which one?
Away.
The main Predator? Or
yeah, the main one, like the bronze. Yep.
Yeah.
I really like that helmet. But... Okay,
still love those movies.
Yeah, I'm getting too nerdy here for probably the chat, even for this. So, we could probably kick it into the news for the week. So, we'll start off, since there wasn't anything for Mezco, unfortunately. Fucking bullshit. And we'll start off with Mafex. Sean, if you kind of want to kick it off.
Yeah, so for Mafex, we got number 179, Magneto original comic version for $104.99, due out December 2022. I think this guy looks great. I really like him. I think the cape looks really cool. The helmet looks like it's going to be really cool, and I really like how they have the like the blacked out face and the other one. Brenton, what do you think about this Magneto?
Yeah, I think it looks great. I mean, for a classic Magneto figure, I think it would go well with all their X-Men line. I like how Mafex does a lot of their figures, and you're going to get the flight stand. You're going to have some really cool effects. That's not everything that comes with it, though, is it? That's just on the slides there? Because they normally jam-pack that thing.
Yeah, right now this is just what they're showing.
Okay, yeah, because I think he's going to have some cool... I don't know if it's going to be a force field effect.
Yeah, there's some effect. There's some effects. I didn't list like the full page. I can pull it up here while you're talking, but keep going.
Yeah, I think the only downside that kind of looks is the cape to a degree. Like I enjoy wired capes now and again, but then I also like a cape that drapes nicely. But I think with Magneto, this probably works best for him.
Yeah, you kind of said that about the Hush Batman, and I was kind of probably too blunt with you, but Mafex is just they're just the ones where you have to like that. If you want to collect Mafex, you gotta be about those dynamic things that you can do with the cape, because I think that's one of the strongest pieces of this one is the cape. Yep. To be honest, I think that's part of one of the strongest areas of it. And here you go. Brenton, this is the accessories that it comes with. So kind of like an exploding hand thing, and then like a circular, and then
yeah, I don't really
almost
get
like a
the
blue
exploding
flame.
one.
Yeah,
that's weird. I still think Mezco had the best accessories for Magneto.
With the bullet stopping
Yes.
in front of him. Yes, it's so cool. I agree. That's what I was gonna say that too. I will be buying this one. I talked a little bit about being sad that I ended up not going with the other one, and now I'm glad I didn't. I should have known. Everyone said this one was coming. It's just weird they didn't start off with this one, but I'll be ordering this one. Eddie, what do you think?
Well, I think their X-Men line is one of their strongest lines. Mafex. Those are some of my favorite figures they've done. I've been tempted, but I am not pulling the trigger on comic stuff like as of right now, so I'm going to admire from afar. I'll be interested to see you get yours in, though, because I think it is a pretty nice figure. So
yeah, they say Q4 of this year. We'll see if they actually reach that, but yeah, I'm excited for it. I think this is really good looking. And I'll agree with you, Brenton. The capes are annoying to deal with, but if you can get them in a pose like this, something like that, I think that
the flight pose is where it's at.
Yeah, that looks terrific. That's definitely the way you got to go, and I think it's really cool to.
This would be a cool.
You just go ahead.
I was gonna say this would be a cool figure for somebody who does like photos. Kind of pull together some metal pieces as if they're floating in the air around them, stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think these capes are good for characters that fly. So if you just focus on, like, Superman would be a good one to have a cape.
Yeah, right. He looks really good with it. I've always said that the Hush Superman is like the Superman to get right now for things. If you want
I just
him,
missed that.
I know you don't like the Hush Batman, but I sent in our chat, actually, there's a cool photographer on Instagram that had some really cool pictures with the Batman where he's like fighting the Joker. Now, I think he may have had some stand assistance in there, but either way, it was really dynamic what he was able to do. Gary_Garzon. So something like that you can kind of barely see here. Hold on. It's like he kind of works the cape around it. like I said, you just got to get creative. That's the biggest thing with that. And I'm not the best at that, I'll admit, but I like the capes and kind of trying to futz with them. I think it's a fun aspect of it. But yeah, you got to definitely like it, otherwise you can definitely get sick of them quick. But
So the next one we're getting from Mafex is the Zack Snyder Justice League number 180 Cyborg for $104.99, also due out December of 2022. Dylan, what do you think about this guy? I don't really have a opinion on him.
I'm keeping an eye on it because of me ordering the Mezco 3-pack from this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And since the only one technically that now we won't have from that is Cyborg. I have Aquaman in that 3-pack. You'll have Superman, Flash, and Batman. And I already have like tactical suit Batman, but with this one they haven't teased a Cyborg even. I don't even know if it's coming at all. So this one might have to fill that hole. And I think it looks fine. I don't think it looks terrible overall.
Would you consider going cheaper and just getting like the McFarlane Justice League movie one?
I would consider it, but it's not the same scale. That's my biggest issue. Mafex and Mezco are very close in scale, and that's why they could probably go well with each other. Also, Mafex is able to hide their joints really well in this. And one of the biggest things I always say that I really like about Mezco is how they hide their joints. Visible joints to me, I don't particularly like a lot of times. But with Mafex, obviously, you gotta appreciate the articulation then if you're gonna have them. But with this guy, he hides them well. So I think it's well done. The head sculpt, it's not like god awful, which is like a compliment for Mafex. What do you think, Eddie?
I like it. I'm kind of, I don't know whether or not to get the McFarlane or this one, because I think the McFarlane one is done really well. It looks really good. This one has more of a chrome effect, which is better because he was more chrome in the movie. The McFarlane is very weathered, and it's more of like a darker gray than it is silver like this. So I kind of like that aspect of this one more. I think the likeness is better on the McFarlane one, though.
Really?
Yeah, the likeness is pretty damn good on the McFarlane one, which is weird because he's not usually good at that, but it's pretty good on that one.
Yeah, like the Batman is terrible.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
The accessories are better on this one. You come with all the hands, all the arms and whatnot, and the multiple heads, which is nice. I didn't know that Mafex was closer to Mezco scale. I thought Mafex was 7-inch like McFarlane. I didn't know that they were close.
Yeah, Mezco and Mafex are fairly close.
That might
NECA and McFarlane will be closer, but I think NECA's even a little bit bigger than McFarlane. But like I said, like this guy kind of scales with Mythic Legions. I would put there with Mezco and Mafex size wise as well.
That might kind of sway me to get this over the McFarlane then, because I want it to scale with that 3-pack as well. So
yeah,
I might end up getting this one. It's kind of hard spending that much money on this guy because, if I'm being honest, he's probably my least favorite of the Justice League
no
movie.
one's favorite. Yeah.
Even with the Snyder Cut, he had a little more, but even with that, he's still not my favorite. So it's hard to spend that amount of money on this guy. But if I don't think Mezco would do it. I don't think anybody else would do it because I think Mezco. I mean, I wish they'd do it. I wish they'd do like a die-cast one. That would be sick. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm probably leaning more towards this then.
I kind of think they're done with this movie. Mezco is overall, unfortunately, as well. And we're quoting Big Bad Toy Store's prices at $104.99. You will find this for probably around $20 $50 cheaper buying on like Hobby Link Japan.
Yeah.
You know, Ami Plaza Japan, even Amazon Japan.
Yeah, if you
that
hold
is
off
always a good store.
for Amazon, you could probably get a deal later.
Right.
I don't imagine
Well,
this figure will
sometimes.
sell that well, so.
Do you think the red is a little too subtle on this? Like, I feel like it's more red in the movies at least, or...
I was going to say that it looks painted, and like I don't mean that in a good way. I know it obviously is. I know it's going to a certain extent, and it's pretty zoomed in there. But I think how you said it, Brenton, is a good way to put it. Where it's supposed to be kind of glowing red, right? It like glows underneath the armor, kind of.
Yeah, and it
So
feels like
yeah,
I think a bigger area.
I think what you said is right, where it's not bright enough, most likely. But
It's pretty, I think it just looks bigger because of the lighting in the movie, but it's not. I mean, it's where it should be, you know?
Yeah, I think that looks about right from what you're showing, Eddie, where it's at. I just think
In some scenes, it's more lit up than others. Like, it's brighter, so it just looks like it should be more, maybe. But it was really just that little middle part of his chest there.
Gotcha.
Well, that, and I guess I'm kind of biased because I always feel like Cyborg's a Teen Titan. He belongs with the Teen Titan. He does belong in the Justice League.
I kind of agree with that. But
doesn't he rise into the Justice League? Like he earns his way there, kind of.
Yeah, eventually. But I think he's also like one of the key founding members of the Teen Titans, though, and they kind of just shoehorned him into the Justice League when they rebooted the New 52.
And they should have used
when they didn't need
Manhunter instead of him.
Yeah. I agree.
That'd be cool to see.
Or Arrow or something like that. Like Arrow is in a lot of Justice League.
Oh, movies. Arrow! I didn't even think of that. That would have been a good one.
Or Green Lantern, even like they need a Green Lantern there.
Of course, Green Lantern. Yeah, that's probably the most obvious one. Ekwan said I'd do the same, but I got the Hot Toys coming to pair with the rest of the league. Yeah, if you have the Hot Toys one, go that way. But
speaking of anticipated lines, I'm waiting for them to show more of that McFarlane Teen Titans line from the animated show back in the day. I have the Cyborg, and I think a while ago he teased the Beast Boy. I think they're doing next. I forgot where I saw that tease, but that's on the way, I think.
Raven is probably the one I would get from that. She was always my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, so McFarlane stuff, there's just a couple teasers for news. One of them was the Multiverse Wally West Flash teaser. And then Joker from the Batman Death of the Family tease. So just a few things to check out there. That's a gnarly looking Joker too. And then Sean, if you want to catch us up on Banner.
So for SH Figure Arts, we're getting Krillin in battle uniform, 4-inch figure for $50 USD. Pre-orders goes live on April 1st, tomorrow in Japan.
Yeah, it's a Bandai. What
Bandai P Bandai?
P Bandai. Yeah, it's Japan's exclusive P Bandai that it's going up on. We'll see it here, but it's not going to be $50. It's going to probably be 80, 90-ish, maybe even 100.
You know, Krillin was always one of my favorite characters, even though he gets beat up quite a bit. But I think he looks really cool. I like him in like those armor pieces like that. I did not see his little finisher move though. I can't remember what it's called, but he has that like blade beam thing that he does.
Thing?
Yeah, the disc. But I think the face plates on this that he's gonna have look really cool, and I think it really brings out who he was in around this time in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, you said you really like this character, right?
Yeah, he was one of my favorite characters for sure.
So what section of Dragon Ball Z was he from? Because I don't remember him in the Saiyan armor like this, but I think I
believe this was right around when they go to Namek to fight Frieza. If Dean's still in the chat, maybe he can fill us in.
Yeah,
I didn't remember him getting that, but It's been a long time since I watched it. I think I stopped at season 4 with the androids.
This would have been, I believe this would have been right before that. The Destructo discs.
Gotcha. I don't think Equan says I don't think he uses this Destructo disc in his arc or uniform in the Namek saga.
Yeah, the Namek saga.
Okay. Yeah, so moving on to NECA here. We got... God, I'm jacked for this. So I guess first off, to kind of go back a little bit with NECA, you had mentioned...
Dylan, really
this...
quick.
Yep.
Equan did say that he gets his armor right before the Frieza saga. Frieza fights Vegeta. Okay.
So you had posted in here, Sean, some NECA news. The following TMNT figures are being retired. And the following NECA TMNT figures are being retired to make way for even more Turtle-tastic goodness. We have many more figures to tease. In the meantime, these figures are going away, gone.
Scroll up one picture.
This one. Okay, yeah. So, we got like a bunch of Turtle in Time ones. Nothing extremely, from what I'm able to see here, because we got like Dirtbag, Ground Chuck. Nothing super, I guess, game changing. The Catwoman from Channel 6.
That was in the Holothon, wasn't it?
Yep.
The Channel
Most
6
of these
were Holothon.
This feels like
Except
it's
for,
just
like,
non-popular
Chrome Dome.
characters.
Do you guys want to explain quick what Holothon is, or real quick to the...
I don't even know what it is, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like NECA's little mini
It's their
con, I
target.
guess. Yeah,
It's like their Target con. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I would describe it too. Just kind of their own specific little con thing they're doing. They're doing a good job of having like a bunch of virtual events themselves, like trying to come up with different things. Like for Halloween when they did that 31 days of horror, terror, whatever. But yeah, Equan, that's just what I was about to say. He said Channel 6 was SDCC, but I see all these at Targets. I was just about to say that. I think I've seen the Dirtbag 2-pack is at Napoleon and Attila 2-pack. And then the Rasputin 2-pack.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've seen all of those at Target recently.
Yeah, the 2-packs are all well stocked. None of them sold out.
Yeah.
Really. The Chrome Dome, same thing. I don't see the lizard dude, the muck.
Gecko.
Yeah, the gecko, the muck man, and
That's
what's
Baxter.
the fly? Baxter, right?
Yeah.
I've seen them, but I see them a lot less than I see everything else. And I've only seen the Catwoman from Channel 6 like once. That's probably the rarest one of all of these.
Okay. Yeah, so this one, I was going to cover real quick here. NECA also released the Cloth Goods Ultimate Jaws figure. And this is Matt Hooper in his scuba diving gear. This would be the second version of him that we've had. And this is roughly $36 to $40 and due in October of 2022. Doesn't look awful in my mind. I don't know if I will get this, but I will say all that they're doing as they keep releasing the human figures from this is starting to make people impatient. Anytime they tease this, now I'm just seeing more and more people saying, "Where is Bruce?" that they've talked about and teased, like, at this point, a year plus ago. So
they teased Bruce? Like, they showed... Oh,
it was a teased, unpainted, like, long version, gray. He was all gray looking. It wasn't a great picture. You didn't get much from it, but it was a tease, and they confirmed via Twitter. We covered on the show that they are doing it. So yeah, I just want them to give us something there. We got to get something from it. I don't know. I'd like to see that one moving. I know they want to build the lineup more. They want to get, obviously work up enough money to make it. But, we've already had a Hooper, and you're splitting hairs when you're trying to get more money from an already released character. So.
And they're not doing a Chief Brody, are they?
No,
because they can't get the likeness for him.
It's a license issue. I've heard that before they even tried. That his estate is very hard. Roy Schneider's estate is really hard to get his likeness from for whatever reason. And they essentially had to back out of that pre-order because of that. So that really kind of sucked. Because that would have been an awesome 3 to have.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to have a Jaws line without him. He's so integral to that movie.
Oh yeah, I would say he's the main character pretty much.
Exactly. That's why it's like between him and the shark.
Yeah, right. But give me the shark. I'd be willing to accept that if I got the shark to go with it. So, okay. So this is Defenders of the Earth. This pre-order is live, and they are $38 each. Is that right, Sean?
Yes.
Okay. So, who the ones that come with this now are Garax, and then what are the other 2 names? Do you guys know them off the top of your heads?
No, I have no idea.
I know Garax is the middle one because I just saw an ad for him earlier, but I got it here. Lothar, and then Mandrake. So Mandrake is obviously he has the cape, cane, blaster, some attachable blast effects. So you can buy him as a 3-pack for discounted it looks like on Big Bad Toy Store for $109.99, but otherwise you should be able to just get them for anywhere in that $36 to $40. And then, we got more pictures of Hooper. And then this one was the big one. Disney's Gargoyles Ultimate Brooklyn figure. So this one would be the 5th already in this line. Right? Because we've had
Goliath, Theolog, Demona,
Bronx,
and Brox,
and this guy. So he's the 5th in this line already. $41.99 and due in September 2022. Still going with the open wings, like you said. We don't have any signal that they're doing closed wings yet, but overall looks good. He's super muscular. Holy fuck!
I think you would need some stands for these guys, if you really wanted to get them all paired up together with their wings open, maybe have Goliath in the middle and a couple on the side and a couple up on stands or something like that to really gotta bring these guys home.
A lot of people are hanging them from the ceiling.
Fishing
Like
wire.
that's what I hear people are doing, is trying to find a way to hang them.
They should make just that diorama like they have in the background there, just so you can set them at the top of the castle or whatever. Just just have a small section.
I honestly
this one, because I was gonna say this
or
one.
their castle.
I think this one is their diorama that they made.
Well, I was thinking the castle.
Oh, that is
one.
that's the wall, the building diorama or whatever. You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll just display them without the wings. I think I'll just take the wings out and
Still
put them in a
looks
box.
good.
Yeah, that's it.
I still say if I had to choose closed wing or open wing, initially I would still always say open wing. It's just a satisfying more look to it. It just creates logistical issues with trying to display it obviously and things like that, but it is so much more imposing with the open wings. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. I'm excited to see this guy hit. He's a pretty cool character. And then we got the accessory pack that we kind of spoke about. This is the TMNT Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze accessory set for $60. And it comes with additional 5 heads like a keyboard, telephone, like a payphone, snapping turtle. We got a wolf, computer set, bunch of different accessories.
That's Toka and Razor.
Aprons. What?
Oh
Before, that's Toka and Razor before they
before
make
they're
them into-
mutated.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Did not know that. But, so yeah, anyways, $60. And then, Sean, do you know when this one goes up? Or is it available now?
I could not find
It's available
the date
now.
for that.
Okay, yeah, so in stock now. Because I think we just started talking about it when the next, I think at the end of our last show, I think we mentioned it or something like that. But, so that's a pretty hefty box for just being accessories. And then this one was probably one of the most ones I was looking forward to the most. So this is from the boys. What, Brenton?
Just that cod piece there. It's just so distracting the way.
Okay, I was
They
gonna
made that
say that
figure.
Looks
from
like
the
Tommy Lee.
thumbnail.
Oh,
Jesus, just hangs down.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
this
it's
is
the boys, so
yeah.
you're
I
not
don't
wrong.
expect
So
anything.
that's,
It's the boys' ultimate black noir.
ultimate.
$32.99, and it's available for pre-order in April, so it should be coming up here soon. But no pun intended.
Why would they
Yeah.
do him next?
Why
I
would
guess
they?
he looks cool in action figure form, but he's like literally the least shown one on the show out of all of them.
probably because they don't need a face.
That maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, dude. Well,
Yeah,
Fucking-
and it's you can maybe look at it as like a flexible figure where you can use them in other
Oh, yeah.
other brands. Since he's just straight black. I noticed they show his knives
Don't
down
laugh
here.
at that, bro. You can't
God damn it, Brandon.
God damn it.
Grow up. They got the knives on his down by his cankles down there, and
Wow.
they're just molded in. They're not. You
Yeah.
can't use them, and I'm pretty sure he uses them multiple times throughout the show, doesn't he?
I don't remember, honestly. I
We-
remember a couple scenes with him, and I don't remember him using knives.
We've joked about that before, Aquan, about them doing a translucent man and just selling like a suit
Yeah.
or something.
Maybe
would
they'll
do-
sell him naked. Maybe they'll sell the dude naked.
Yeah, they can't do him because he's naked when he's all the way.
Yeah.
It'll just be an empty box.
They'll do like a. The problem is I think they'd try to do like a translucent plastic, like something they did for Predator.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, he would have to have a sculpted penis because that's the way he is. That's the way the show is. It's like rated R like that. So
Yep.
unless they just did like a blank,
like a cloak over him or something.
I don't know.
They could do like the Invisible Woman, like how they do that, and then just like put underwear on them for whatever reason.
I guess.
Either way, I'm jacked for this one. I'll for sure get it once it's released. I'm glad that they're continuing going into it, and box looks good. They've done a good job with that.
the
I haven't
wrong
saved
words.
any of the boxes, but what?
Yeah, I know.
Going into it,
Yeah,
just keep saying all the wrong words.
God, I hate
What
that.
what's the next one you're hoping to see in the line?
I want to say Billy. I want to say Billy Butcher, but they don't do head sculpts the best. So just give me a superhero at that.
Yeah.
You know what I just noticed? I think, sorry, Dylan.
Give me A-Train. What?
Oh, you're trying to be cool.
He must be modeled after Black Panther because look at the font on his name, Black Noir. If you look at anything Black Panther, it's written the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think all of their superheroes are kind of,
that's
it's
true.
obviously like somewhat satire off
Yeah.
of Marvel universe. A lot of times it's
Yep.
the realistic take on what they would be and how they'd be commercialized nowadays. So, Sean, have you seen this yet?
I have not.
You should. It's definitely a game changer for the hero universe. I would say this and Invincible are totally different for this from like the superhero that you're used to.
I haven't read either of the comics series for them, but yeah, that's kind of what I pull from it too. Is that they're just like a bunch of badasses and vulgar and all that good stuff.
It's definitely not a family fun or family friendly show, but Ekwan said, I'm pretty sure Black Noir had knives because he slit the woman's throat and cut off the guy's head in episode 1. He also does have guns, but I'm pretty sure he has guns anyways. Yeah, I know he has knives, but those throwing knives in his sleeve, or in his, like, down by his ankle, calves area, I could have swore he uses those at some point too.
I only remember the chick beating the shit out of him. In that, like, when she kills him, so...
In season 2, you're spoiling it.
Wow.
I'd like to see if Super 7 did Invincible, like based on the cartoon.
That would be cool.
Well, there is...
I haven't seen that show yet.
Yeah, I would like to see that, but there is that... who's the company that's making them right now?
Is anybody making?
Yes, there are Invincible figures out right now.
1/6?
No, not 1/6. It's, I think, 7-inch. It may be 1/12.
Oh, I don't know.
But they're not great. I've seen them lots of times in comic book stores, and they are not good. Like, they don't look good. They look like 5-point articulation action figures. Yeah, here they are. So, I'm trying to see who... Oh, Diamond Select. That's why they're not good.
Diamond Select.
So yeah, they're not great. So I would like to see someone do those well. But okay, so shout out to Badfish, I think, who had this idea. I don't know why. I think every time I just have way too much confidence in myself to where I will know when trivia is, and then I never do, and I always skip past it. So thank you for the idea, or really kind of reminding me of doing this. So I appreciate it.
We need to get those slides back too for each company that we had on that original slide too.
Yeah, we should. Okay, so get ready, everyone.
Okay,
Hold on to your butts. We got the trivia coming. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
That's a great intro. So we got another picture trivia for you guys this time. What? Go on to the next slide, please, Dylan. What is the name of this molding toy?
Oh, this is the
I
candy
know
one,
this.
right?
No,
This is candy?
I don't. No.
Nope.
Doesn't it say it on the front?
I had to
know what
find
this
a
is.
picture that did not say it on the front.
Okay.
There's some
well,
writing on it somewhere, but I couldn't tell if it was the name or not. But
Vintage Rebellion nailed it.
go on. Is it? Can you please skip through?
What?
Please go on to the next. Thank you.
Oh.
Is it
Yep.
A, the Heebie Jeebies Factory, B, Creepy Crawlers, C, Bug Factory, or D, Icky Squishers?
D. Icky Squishers.
You did that
Money
on
Mendez?
purpose. He did that on purpose. That's not the answer. He knows it. It's B. It's obviously B. The second I heard it, I remembered. So
Yeah.
Brenton?
I remember seeing the commercial for it now.
Yeah, it's B. I got this at KB Toys.
Man, KB Toys back in the day.
Oh, hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
When
okay.
you couldn't go to Toys R Us.
We got answers in the chat too.
So the answer, I guess, was obvious then. It is B, Creepy Crawlers. And it looks like...
Vintage Rebellion, we got him as first. Even before we saw the multiple choice, I think he had that posted.
And that would be his first set of points here.
Hell yes, nice job, Vintage Rebellion. Sweet. Okay. Everyone, for the most part, got that right. But yeah, Vintage, he posted that before we even got to the rest of it. Nice job. Yeah, the commercial, that's what Badfish
Yeah.
said. The commercial is how I remembered it.
The commercial, and then it had like the little glue packets of the molding and stuff.
Right, yep.
And I think Eddie was right. I think there is one version of it that was edible.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, Ekwan, you did have it right away, too. We just had Vintage Rebellion showing right before yours. So we're trying to stay consistent with it and showing like who had it first on our screen. Otherwise, we don't fully know, because I know it might have shown as yours first on your screen, Ekwan, but we had Vintage up first. So sorry about that. But good. I think everyone had it right for the most part. So, all right, moving on to Hasbro here. Black Series. This was some of the stuff from the last week that like landed the day of the show that we weren't able to add in time. So this is the Jedi Fallen Order 13th Battalion Trooper Black Series Gaming Greats. So this one is a GameStop exclusive then for $27.99, and it's due March of next year. I'd be surprised if it's not out before then. And this guy looks pretty good. I don't remember. Like, I gotta replay that game.
Commander
I don't remember a lot
Bly's.
of the troopers. Huh?
It's Commander Bly's 13th Battalion.
It does, yeah. It's
Isn't
just...
that Commander Bly?
I didn't know if his was 13th Battalion, though. I know, yeah, he's yellow.
Oh. Okay,
Commander
maybe I'm
Bly,
wrong
but-
then.
And then the other one was the Republic Commando RC 1140, otherwise known as the Fixer. This one's also obviously Gaming Greats as well, so GameStop exclusive, $27.99, due of April 1st of next year, 2023. I will be honest, this doesn't look as good as that one that they did for the Vintage Collection, in my opinion. Maybe it's just the green and white just doesn't go well. Just looks too top heavy. I don't know.
They cheaped
But-
out on them by using like old figure molds. They should be bigger
It
than
seems
the
like
other
it.
troopers.
Like
They're
bulkier.
supposed to be super troopers.
Right.
So they kind of cheaped out on them. I mean, they're still cool. It's cool to have like the Republic Commandos, but they should be bigger. Yeah, bulkier and taller.
You would think so. Something does look awkward / off about it.
Because the helmets are so damn big.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it just looks like very much so, and I know obviously the game it's animated, but it looks very animated style, and I don't know if I like that. But I don't think this looks great. Seth, if you're watching, let us know what you think. 'Cause I know you played. Oh no, he didn't play Republic Commando. He played one of the older ones. But yeah. So this one, not a big fan of. The other trooper, it's whatever there. Oh, there you go. The Vintage Rebellion said the body is Hunter from the Bad Batch, and it shows. Yes, okay, that would make sense. Why I said it looks so animated. It does. Now that you say that, I can see that now. Okay, so moving on to TVC. These are all $14.99. What are you laughing at?
Adriana's watching Moon Knight, and I
Yeah.
hear his voice. The dude's
The
really
god.
deep voice.
Khonshu? Yeah.
That dude has a great voice, dude.
It is. It's cool because it only comes through like on the left speaker. So if you have like surround sound or something, it's really cool. Okay, so TVC. These are all $14.99, around that price point. Fall of 2022. So some of these are gaming greats, but we got the Imperial Gunner here. It looks really good, I think. Like I said, I think TVC is just... You look at it, and it could pass for Black Series. I think overall it's a better line, to be honest. I don't have any. I don't really collect TVC, but overall it looks like it's overcoming Black Series, in my opinion. And then we got the R2-D2, of course. And then,
Oh, that was a
by
cool
the way...
effect.
with the cool little effect of his like camera or eye coming out the top, for that to be able to happen in a 3 3/4 inch figure is really good. By the way, really nice. feature for something that small. I like that.
It seems like they put more effort in for the vintage collection.
Right, that's what I'm
Black
saying.
Series.
It seems like they just try harder with them. I don't know if like eventually they just eventually want to phase out Black Series or what, but it does seem like they put more love into it. We got the Bestman security guard, Helda Spinoza. Don't know who that is, but the security guard, obviously, I remember seeing him. And then we got just a regular stormtrooper, and then the Bestman security guard, who is Istam Edian. So, a bunch of new releases there. And then I know that there was, on the 24th, Walmart Collector Con came out with a couple things as well. And I think... Oh, no, we did cover all of them. We had the security guard, Stormtrooper. And
None
then
of
the
you guys
Trio
remember
Guard.
where these guys are from? Like what? Because they have Django's gun,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't think they were from Camino. They look more like
They're
Cloud
Bespin.
City.
Yeah, they say
Yeah,
Bespin
yeah.
security.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Because the color
So-
of the uniforms look like.
I didn't
Lando's.
notice that, though, the gun. I didn't even look at that. It
Yeah.
looks like Jango Fett's.
Yep.
But, speaking of which, where's Hot Toys Jango Fett?
I know, man.
All right, Sean, take over the Marvel Legends.
So the only thing we got from Marvel Legends is another one of their VHS classics, the X-Men Jean Grey 90s animated series. It's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive for $27.99, due out October 1st of 2022.
Hold on, I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick before, since it's a little delayed. Badfish said TVC community is louder. And then Vintage Rebellion said they just made 2 Bestman guards because there are 2 in the original Empire Strikes Back line, same body. And then he said that's not Django's gun. They are Cloud City cops. So that makes sense. And then he said the 3 3/4 scale gun is probably pretty much the same as Django's at that scale, though. So, gotcha. Thank you, Vintage. Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
No, you're good. So, I like this figure. I like more of the more explosive Jean Grey, I guess, with like the Phoenix and stuff like that. But I like how they're kind of expanding this 90s animated series. Now that we'll have 3 of them, I'd like to see them maybe try to go into some of the other 90s style series that they had at the time. Maybe some of them were a little bit older, but you had like Iron Man, you had Silver Surfer, Spider-Man, guys like that. See if we can get some of those kind of classics in VHS form would be cool too.
Sorry, I just thought of this and I gotta say it before I forget it. Something that is going to be super underrated about the boxing and VHS style boxing of these figures is going to be storing them. One of the underrated positives about it is going to be storing these things. Just like
if they continue
VHSs,
if they continue to expand on this line, I mean, you can literally just slide them in on a shelf and it looks like you have a whole bunch of VHS tapes. And the detail on the boxes that they've given on these VHS tape boxes are amazing. Like so much so that the little box on that left side right there where it would say VHS, I think it says MVL,
Right.
for the Marvel Legends and stuff. So it's really cool what they're doing.
I agree. I think that's one of the coolest parts. I know a lot of people would always say that, like with the Mezco, the MDX Mezcos, they come in smaller, more square boxes, and everyone likes those much more than the regular releases that are, for no reason, like almost twice the
Pretty
size
gigantic,
of
yeah.
a box. Yeah. So, yeah, that's an underrated kind of factor for these. But Chad doesn't seem super into these. Lane said, I do not like this Jean Grey. And then Ekwan says $28 for this figure. I guess you're paying for the extra money for the box. Most likely. And it is exclusive, right, Sean?
It is a Hasbro exclusive, and
Yeah.
Marvel Legends have been slowly creeping up as well, closer to that $30 mark anyway. So
More so than Star Wars.
More so, yes. I
They
think
should
so.
really give you more,
Yes.
because I don't understand why they do it. There's some figures they just load up, and then there's other figures they're just like, here's an
I
extra
do
set
think
of hands.
she looks a little awkward in some of these poses that she has.
So they've talked about that before, Brenton. Other companies have talked about that too. So those figures that don't come with much are essentially helping paying for the loaded figures for that same price point. Not all are created equal. You understand that. You know, some figures also have more potential for accessories, and they want to save money so they can maybe put more money into those figures. So that's like a purposely done thing that a lot of companies do.
Well, it seems like for Marvel Legends line that they just keep raising the price for no particular reason.
Yeah, they warned it was coming. I think we're just seeing it a lot more quickly with Marvel Legends. And then, like we said, this being an exclusive that is $27.99 is definitely like on par with their exclusives. If there is a exclusive, that's what it's going to be anywhere. Even McFarlane, you know, if for the most part they're like $5 more, like pretty much 25, 26 on up for Marvel Legends Black Series for exclusives or like a special version. That's what you're going to find. But I'm not a big fan of this look either. I think, yeah, like you said, Sean, it looks kind of funky in certain angles.
I don't like the female bodies that they use for these. A lot of them just seem strange.
It's so small, and like the hips, I don't like the hips area. But
Yeah. So the Lightning Collection had one announcement. They're going to get the Power Rangers Lightning Collection in Space Red Ecliptor for $24.99, due out in August of 2022. I think this guy looks really cool. I never watched In Space, so I don't really know what his purpose is. Looks like a bunch of red plastic, but I think he looks like a cool figure to be in like one of those deluxe boxes, like the monster boxes that they've been doing for him. But Eddie, did you watch this? Did you watch the series?
Nope. Only Mighty Morphin and Jungle Force.
Was it? Jungle Force.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that Gray Wolf Ranger they did.
Oh yeah. They announced that back in PulseCon last year, right?
Yeah, a while ago. I think it is shipping now. I think some
is
people have it in hand. I think The Amazing did a review on it already.
Okay.
I just haven't got it yet.
Not too long then.
Yeah.
are you getting this one, Sean?
No, I probably wouldn't get it. I'm waiting to see them do some turbo stuff.
You know what I saw, Sean? I saw the Pink Ranger cell shaded at GameStop. That one looked pretty cool. I don't know if they announced all the
Which one was
characters
that?
cell shaded. It's like the single release, but it's cell shaded. So kind of like the way those X-Men figures are shaded.
Yeah.
I saw that, and then I saw the 2-pack Pink Ranger with the in space, and then the
Oh,
other
you mean
Pink
the
Ranger
Zeo,
with
the Zeo and the...
You blew
yeah.
it. You're supposed to buy that
Yeah.
for him, he said.
I know, I need that one, man. That's the
You
last
need
one
the
I need for my
2-pack one?
Zeo.
Oh, my bad. I'll go back. They had a bunch of them. I don't think it's selling out.
I have not seen any here. I think...
Yeah, I can go back.
You know, Stevens has the Yellow Ranger with the Scorpina, and I want it just for the villain piece, so I might go pick it up just and then trade off or sell off the Yellow Ranger.
Did you order the yellow and the red Ranger switch?
No, I'm probably going to pass on that.
Oh, okay.
Hashtag not my Power Rangers.
Again, if anyone knows of any GameStop deals, like times when they're doing deals, let us know, because Eddie and I are getting that Master Chief collection.
Dude, you know what else I saw, Dylan? The TMNT Power Rangers
Oh,
sets.
I want those
I
so
saw the
bad.
yellow. I saw the Mikey with April, the Pink Ranger, and then I saw what was the other one I saw? The
Shredder?
No, it was the yellow. Is it the blue and the red maybe, or
Blue
is
and-
it was
the
two?
blue
It
and
was
the
a
Black
2-pack. with both of them. Yeah, something.
Man.
No, it was Donatello. Who's Donatello? What color is he? Blue?
Purple.
Purple.
No, but the Ranger one is blue, I think.
Oh,
Did they make him
Oh.
Blue Ranger?
Or black. Maybe
I
he is
think it's the
black.
Black
So I think I
Ranger.
saw the blue and the black 2-pack. I saw them, but they're expensive at fucking GameStop, man. I wanted to get
Yeah.
them. I didn't pick them up because I was like, damn, $60.
Yeah, I kind of want them. That's like a line that I shouldn't get into, but I want to.
Yeah, they look really cool, man.
this last weekend we were out of town visiting Amanda's family, and we went over to her sister's, and her nephew had some of her old toys up when her sister and Amanda were younger, and two of them were the 3 3/4 inch like 5-point articulated Power Rangers.
Like the flip heads?
Yeah, well, no, they're like the 3 3/4 inch scale, like regular figures,
Okay.
but they came with like little vehicles. I don't know if it was a McDonald's toy. But they came with vehicles that they could ride in. One was like they're like animals that they ride in.
Yeah,
And-
Zords.
Yeah, and one was the Pink Ranger, and Amanda said she always wanted to be that. And then that pink was her sister's favorite color, her older sister, so she never got to be that one. She always had to be the yellow.
Her villain
female.
story right there.
Yep. Villain origin story for Amanda. Now it all makes sense. I'm just kidding. So, Four Horsemen. Just kind of quick update on news on their end here. So, All-Stars 5 voting is finished. We don't know who won yet, but just FYI for anyone who didn't ask. Eck won. It was a bear. That's right. It was the yellow one with the bear. That's for sure.
I remember
It was a
those
McDonald's
now.
Toys. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so anyways, sorry, going back to Mythic Legion. So Mythic Legion's All-Stars 5 voting is finished. Their second round finished up, I think, about 2 days ago. So I voted. You could vote for 3 out of what we got here. I voted for Silverhorn Sentry, which is the one with on the upper left here. It's like the bronze and green colored armor with like the elk antlers. And so, backstory there isn't much to go off of, but they say Guard of the Castle Silverhorn is divided into 3 units: the Beast Guard of the outer perimeter, sentries of the outer wall, and the Royal Guard to protect the castle's interior. Although Astyrian is the captain of the entire Silverhorn Guard, Silverhorn Sentry is led by Forest Elemental Faunus, equipped with intimate knowledge of the castle's natural construction and how to harness ancient magic to manipulate that construction as both offensive and defensive tool. So, just quick backstory there. That's the one I voted for. I just like the look of it. It did seem to be very popular in the groups overall. It does come with an extra helmet as well. More of a regular kind of knight-looking helmet rather than that one kind of with the flaps that make it look like it has a beard. But overall, cool one. The other one that I went with was Romulus. That was another popular one. That is the middle guy here. He's kind of like an arena gladiator looking guy. And that's what his role is: warrior, former gladiator. In an arena overflowing with epic stories, the most famous legend of all could be quite possibly be the story of the twin boys who were abducted and forced from an early age to train fight in the Mercurian Colosseum, consistently battling side by side, defeating each other, and every foe who fought against them, they were undefeated until fate separated them. After his brother's mysterious disappearance, the warrior known only as Romulus vowed to escape the dark walls of the Colosseum and search out his brothers so that they might be able to fight at each other's side again. So yeah, he's got kind of gold, black, and red accents for his armor, but really cool looking figure there. And then the other one I voted for was Bromden Ironjaw. He is a dwarf, so he's like the smaller scale, but he comes loaded. I voted for him because he's got soft goods. Hopefully they kind of redo that. I don't know how it was. I just know their soft goods back then weren't the greatest. It wasn't their strong suit. But now that they're outsourcing that, it's supposed to be better. But he's like a king and he's in the faction of Arethyr. And he's got like a soft goods like cape, obviously like a crown. He is this one in like the lower left down here with the big red beard.
He looks like the World of Warcraft dwarf. I don't know what that one's name is, but that's what he looks like.
He very well may be based off of that. I know they take a lot of
Yeah.
kind of a lot of inspiration from other
Yeah.
kind of licenses or IPs around the area. So he comes loaded though. Like I said, he comes with an additional helmet, like just a regular knight helmet. And then like a shield, a big hammer, an axe, and a sword, and then obviously like a cape. So that was a big one, big reason I voted for him there. It just overall cool figure, and I know he's fairly unattainable right now. So either way, this is really cool. I'm glad they do this. Just a quick update there, and then the other update is they have a Cosmic Legions update coming. So just FYI there, their update looks like it's going to be about 4 figures. It may even be more than that. But they said there will be a pre-fight broadcast highlighting all of our fighters directly before the bouts begin. The broadcast starts 4/2/22 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. On their YouTube channel, 4 Horsemen Studios 4H. And then immediately after this special broadcast at 9 p.m. Eastern, the fight begins in the grave. The code to gain entry is Store Horseman. So on Store Horseman at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, we'll be able to, looks like on their store, be able to order or pre-order some more figures. So check that out. That's coming up. That will be, I believe, Saturday. Yeah, that's this Saturday. So keep an eye out there. And then real quick to kind of run through the last of the bit of news here, we got the Beast Kingdom. There's a DC Comics Action Heroes DAH 45 SP. This one is a BBTS exclusive. It's a black suit Superman. $89.99 in due of Q3 of 2022. I don't really like this. The open mouth guy, the screaming guy, is weird looking in my opinion. I don't really like it.
They didn't do the traps very well either.
Overall, the anatomy isn't great. Like super tiny waist. I don't know. It just looks odd in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes they overdo the biceps. Like the bicep tricep thickness is a little overdone.
Kind of looks like that. Yeah, Badfish. Imagine if Hot Toys did a vote like that for All-Star for reissues. Oh, John would have a hernia.
Yeah, everybody would vote for like his '89 Batmobile or something.
It would be cool though. Instead of doing 5 like what Mythic Legions does, do 1 or 2.
But let people vote on them, on the 1 or 2 they do.
Yeah, if they're gonna do reissues, let people vote on them.
That would be cool. That would involve Hot Toys actually taking the community into consideration.
Yeah, no shit. Like actually engaging them.
Yep.
That's fucking way too much to ask. And then this one. So this was a Kickstarter that finished up about a week ago. The company is Loose Collector. You can get them now on BBTS, but this is the Crit Monster Hyde action figure, and he is $104.99, so $105, and due of Q4 of 2022. There's a couple different heads I think that are going to be coming, but overall, in my opinion, it looks pretty cool. It's going to be pretty big. It's 6-inch scale, but I think it's going to be much bigger than that. 30 points of articulation, pretty highly detailed face and figure, 4 hands, but yeah, we'll have to see here when it is released. But if Kickstarter scare you, you can get it on BBTS now. So I just wanted to outline that. So with that said, that is all she wrote for the news. I thought it was going to be a short show, but we had a good conversation at the beginning. It was a good show overall. Eddie, if you want to kind of fly us through the Patreon list.
Let me see if I can do this. Yeah. Thank you to Sean Fear, Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Lemur Hernandez, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Equan, Chris Valencerina, Ben Thomas, Chris Letty, David Jones, Sam Gist, Daminator, João Bretta, Sweet Danny Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Krett, Big Fern, King Zachary Vies, Isidore Mariquin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Bamonski, Rick De Gregorio, The Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Erwin Azucena, The Illustrious Rainer, Alad Morgan, Ducathri, and moi, Carlos Saavedra, that's a new one, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Domaton, Bola Boy, Jimmy James, Stephen Purchase, Sean Utesby, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, and Brenton Palmer. Pew, 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 pew.
Shout out, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Good read, Eddie. You do a great job. I don't know why
I
you
lose
act,
my breath.
you act like you
Jesus.
can't do it, but you kill it. Thank you to all you guys. We love you. You allow us to do what we do. And then looking at some of your guys' benefits coming up for April, we got the network sticker, which is really cool. I actually kind of want that one. It's just kind of the graphic we use on our slideshow of all the shows on the network. Thanks, Vintage. Have a good night. And then we got the Jumbo sticker. And then for the Patreons, if you want to join, we have 3 tiers. Sweet Angel, $5 a month. You get access to After Dark replay, and then a sticker sent straight to your door for $5. Certified Crispy at $15 a month. You get a official Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge, assistance with figure fixes by Zach, and then benefits of the previous tier. And then What a Guy, $25 a month. You get a What a Guy exclusive Pog Deluxe set on first pledge, doubles of all stickers, and benefits of the previous tiers. International postage above $5 will be charged at cost for the Pogs. So, there you have it, and there is the highest reward there. The collecting weekly die.
D20, I think it's called.
D20, yeah, thanks. Technically, D20. Okay, and then we also want to thank our YouTube channel members. We got Mojo Z78, Absolute Irwin, Test Just 1, DK Avenger 702, OMFG Rick, Mike Coxlong, S Beam, Andreas IB, Daminair, Sam sorry Sam. OG Fan, The Pembricas, Mark Pearson, Ben Thomas, Justin Harass, Paul Schreiber, Andrew Gebo,
Schneebly.
CC3PO, Lima Hernandez, and Carlito. Thank you.
Wasn't
guys
there a
so
wrestler,
much.
Carlito? Like in the
I always
later
think
days,
of
after
think
Eddie
of that.
Guerrero.
Pacino
I always
movie.
think of
There was. He had the big.
Yeah, he had
afro.
the big afro.
Yeah.
Yep.
with Carlito.
Right
I
around
always
the same
think of
time as
that-
Eddie, though, I think, too.
That stupid Tyga
yeah.
song.
Wasn't he like Puerto Rican or something like
The
that?
stupid
or-
Tiger song? I think so.
Tyga.
Tyga? Why was that
Yeah.
his entry song?
No. Tyga is like the rapper, the
Yeah,
hip-hop
yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
He has like a song that's like Scarface, Al Pacino, Carlito, Scarface, Al Pacino.
Carlito's Way, the movie. That's
Yeah.
what I think of.
Yeah, and then I think of that too. So, so here we go. If you're a Patreon for 99 cents, you get the loyalty badges. Otherwise, if you want to get those badges on YouTube with a bunch of great kind of emojis, you then would join the Peanut Gallery for $2.99. So there's a look at our network, Only Fools and Collecting, next Thursday. Obviously, we alternate Thursdays with them. Collecting Weekly Live is every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. After Dark Wednesday night, and is that still at 10:30? I thought it looked like they started early.
Maybe they started early yesterday. It's supposed to be 10:30 or 8:30.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
10:30. Sorry. Yeah.
And then Ins and Outs of Collecting, Eddie. You guys are going live tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, tomorrow at 7 Pacific Standard Time. So 9
Awesome.
Central.
Tune in there for your statue talk, guys. Eddie will get you caught up there.
Yep.
Great, fun show. And then we got the Ringcast. They just had another episode there not too long ago. Bricks and Brews, you guys just had another show there. Collecting Weekly Unboxing every Monday. Collectors Club. Alternate Fridays with in and outs of collecting. So that will be next Friday going live with John. And then we got Pose Wars. When is the next one scheduled? Do you guys know?
I think it's coming up. I don't know if
Dean.
it's this weekend, but it's coming up. Maybe next weekend.
Dean, hit us a message in the chat if you know when it is.
I think it's season 2 now or something. I don't
Okay.
know. Something like that.
Gotcha. So, yeah, and then Live and Let Die. We got, which they just went live, I think March 15th or something like that. So, very cool there. And then if you guys want to pick up a t-shirt, I'll post a link in the chat here. Wait for deals there, but you can get some cool ones there. We got to submit for an updated Small Talk one, a cool one there. But yeah, that will help us out. And then go ahead, follow Collecting Weekly Facebook page, join our Collecting Weekly Auxiliary page. That's where our members and us hosts will all interact. And then Collecting Weekly Live at Collecting Weekly, on Instagram at Collecting Weekly _clips on Instagram for some of our funniest moments. And then at the _everyday_collector to check out John's specific page. And then at In and Outs of Collecting. Check them out on their Instagram page. So that is all we got there. Do you guys have any shout outs, any lasting thoughts?
Shout out to Vintage, right? He helped us out quite a bit tonight with some of the fact checks.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that tuned in live and to all the listeners afterwards. Thank you guys. Shout out to Brenton for joining us for another week.
Shout out to you guys for having me on. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. Anytime, buddy. Be ready for April Fools, huh? Tomorrow's April Fools, so don't take everything you hear. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt.
It's April Fool's right now. It's 12:01.
I might post in the chat tomorrow that I think the Batman is the best Batman that I've seen ever.
Well, everybody knows that's false for you.
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys expect to see any... Dylan, you're muted. Do you expect to see any like posts from companies? Like, what if we see like a Grail figure? What if Hot Toys is like, we're reissuing the Joker DX whatever, you know, like the DX11 or whatever.
They fucking better not. They don't have a good enough relationship with their fucking fan base to do that shit.
What if Mezco is like
someone like NECA does that, and we're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You know what Mezco's gonna be like, Batman 89 shipping this week.
Yeah, people would burn down their headquators there in New Jersey.
And then it turns out to be true and shows up at their doorstep.
Motherfuckers. Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, shout out to you guys for joining. Brenton, thanks Eddie for helping out, obviously, and then Sean, you did a lot of work on the show sheet on pretty much everything. So thank you. You did for all your guys' helps there. And then the chat. You guys were a lot of fun. It was a slower day for the chat for us, but you guys were really active and a lot of fun. That's always my favorite part, is interacting with you guys. So good to see you guys. Thanks everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for joining this week's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. Have a good night, everyone.